shrimp.
Me?
Oh, dude, you're
A monster.
yeah. That's a mean thing to do.
What are you doing? Well, so if I'm not mistaken, Jeff, you come back to the office and go, dude, somebody microwaved leftover shrimp.
Yeah.
And then they were eating it over the sink.
Yeah, no, in the kitchen, but yes, yeah, in that same area. I unfortunately used a microwave right after this person.
And you could probably taste shrimp.
I smell as soon as the microwave door opened, I could smell it. I might as well have eaten shrimp.
I may do salmon this week just for the hell.
Good.
Oh boy,
Just for the halibut.
just for the hell. I may bring a salmon because that's a nice smelling fish, salmon.
Cut 2.
Guys, now that Plowboy and Jackson are finally working together, it's only a matter of time until they strike up an office romance. The real question is, who will be the bottom with these two fragile twinks? I could see that Mizzou, Illinois rivalry leading to rough butt play. Thanks. That's from the St. Charles Hermaphrodite.
Gosh. Sorry you had to hear that.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't ever consider myself a top in any scenario.
Clip that off.
You're a bottom?
I mean, just with my figure. And I'm kind of...
But yet you're wielding a large hog.
Oh.
Yeah, I would say I'm pretty flexible, too, and I think that's an important part to be a bottom. I think the top really just... obviously you need to take control, but you're not...
Okay.
You're not needing to be as limber.
Right. I agree with all that.
Can gay guys trib?
Cut 3.
You don't have a name like me, like masturbator.
Gosh, what was that?
That was perfect.
What just came out of your mouth?
Wasn't that his text name?
Harrison's brother, Master.
Oh, okay. Well, he's was it innuated?
Insinuated.
Insinuated?
Okay, it's starting from a drop to a clip real quick. It's amazing
I'll
that a
stop
2-second
there,
clip.
But he's insinuating that it's masturbator.
Cut.
I'll leave it at the 4.
Anyway, number 3
Sorry.
will be
He's got another hit at 8:05.
will be Brazil.
He's on 101 with Randy Character.
Tim, I'm still talking.
I apologize. I thought,
You crossed the line now.
thank you, Iggy. Iggy's my muscle.
I have the mic drop number, too.
Oh, good. What do we have?
You have to go onto the 101
Number 2,
app.
Canada. Number 1, United States of America.
Yes.
Larry.
I mean, when Larry starts going with these countries, Doug, do not interrupt him.
Yeah, he's got to go now. He read those off while we were talking.
All right. What's the mic drop number?
You have to go onto you have to download the 101 app, and then it's
That's not happening.
it's an option to do it. You can send a mic drop.
What's happening, Larry?
He's had enough.
You're hanging up on us?
I'm still waiting on the number for the mic drop.
You have to download the app.
Download the app.
You have to
There's no phone
download the
number.
app.
Okay.
Cut 5.
Mike.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, we're good. How are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're fine here. You?
Hey, you guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you just fine. Mike. Mike. Well, I guess he's not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, there he is. What did you have to say to us today? Mike, anything else? Mike.
Hey, Doc.
Yeah.
Hey, Doc.
What?
When you in the hospital, did the nurse take a shower with you?
Did she do what?
The nurse took a shower with me when I was in the hospital, 2017.
She got
take a shower with me every day.
She actually got into the shower with you.
I like it, too.
Yeah, I bet you did. I bet you did.
Cut 6.
We actually did that interview. Let it run ever. And the girl, half sound asleep, couldn't have known who she was talking to, and you're just spitting advice.
Juju, baby.
Like some veteran agent.
Well, let me tell the listeners who just heard that maybe for the first time, a lot of editing in there. I mean, it wasn't a good interview, but there wasn't that much dead air.
You think Chris Ravy misrepresented what really happened?
Yes. I mean, no, it wasn't
Serious charge.
It wasn't a bad interview. It wasn't a good interview. But all he did was take my questions and and kept looping that in there. It only happened once. So there was a lot of editing.
Why were we interviewing her anyway?
Yeah, sometimes you hit and miss.
Well, who the hell was it?
That was Kai's friend. She's moved to California. I think she wants to get into porn.
And those were the cuts of the week. Doug Vaughn here alongside the home loan expert, Ryan Kelly. Ryan, rates are high. Is it still a good time to do a cash-out refi?
Absolutely. Mortgage rates have definitely gone up a little bit over the last year, but so is your equity. Think about what those houses are selling for in your neighborhood right now. Maybe they're selling for $400,000. What do you owe on your current loan? $300,000? That means you have $100,000 in equity. And with a simple cash-out refinance, we can replace your current loan with a new one and pull that equity out and give it to you at closing. In fact, our average client received over $54,000 at closing. Would that change your life a little bit? Probably. Would you have to continue to worry about when you're going to get paid next and what bills are going to get paid and the credit cards and the interest and all that? Probably get rid of all that stuff and put you on the path to financial freedom. That's why a cash-out refinance is one of our favorite loans and our most popular loans right now. Thinking about getting a little cash to pay off some debt? Think no more. Visit thehomeloanexpert.com.
This is Tim McKernan here to tell you about Sound Story. Holidays are quickly approaching, and if you are looking for the perfect gift to give, you can find it at mysoundstory.com. This week, Sound Story gift cards are 20% off when you enter promo code GIFT at mysoundstory.com. With Sound Story, you have the choice of Doug Vaughn, Action Jackson, or myself to interview your mother, or your father, or your grandmother, or your grandfather, or yourself to record life stories and wisdom for all of your family. It's the kind of gift that you'll never regret giving. It's the rare gift that everyone will love, not just this year, but for years to come. Just go to mysoundstory.com to receive this holiday special discount of 20% off the cost of a Sound Story gift certificate by entering promo code GIFT. And you will be giving your family the gift of keeping your family story saved forever. It's Sound Story. Promo code GIFT for 20% off this week at mysoundstory.com.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You're listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM, the Potted Plant from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Welcome to the Munganess St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. Timothy Mike McKernan, Douglas Elvin Vaughn, Kenneth Iggy Strode, the Plowhawk and Action Jackson with you on a program that solicits your involvement via the Engineer Design Facilities text inbox 314-881-TMA5, via the Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone lines 636-9004-TMA, and via the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Come on in, the water is warm, boys are hot, and they are taking their tops off.
You sound like an auctioneer there for a
Yeah, I kind of picked up a little Rich Gould auctioneer paste.
Think you could do that?
No.
Be an auctioneer?
Well, maybe
That's
it's
an
because I wouldn't want to, but...
Interesting talent to have.
You know who's an auctioneer?
Rich Gould.
Billy Long.
Oh, yeah, I think we heard
Congressman Billy Long.
that. I've heard Kelly Chase do it, too.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I bet he hazes your balls off while he takes your bid.
Yeah, he gets the money, that's for sure.
314-881-TMA5 is how you can get in the Friends of the Feather text line. And, of course, watch this show where all the boys are bad boys. YouTube.com/TMASTL. And you can see KG and O-Town's TikToks are now up on the YouTube page.
Oh,
yeah. Not everybody's on TikTok, but if you want to see KG and O-Town, now they're all up on the YouTube page. How do you do?
That's nice. His stuff is great.
His stuff is great.
And he just keeps cranking it out.
He does. And he, Doug, you're kind of like, man, we're only about 36 hours away from the Munganess presentation of the TMA Year-End Awards, the first ever. Lisa Ann will be landing in St. Louis here today, and she will be in studio for all 3 hours tomorrow. The Michelob Ultra Studios, Lisa Ann will be in studio tomorrow for the entire show. Then she will join us at the Year-End Awards at Harpo's. And then we're going to find out who the listener of the year is, who's the rookie of the year, who's the best caller, who's the worst caller, who's the emailer of the year, who's the multimedia star of the year. So many awards and so much hot play behind the dumpster.
Oh. Well, are we voting on these?
Yep.
When does that happen?
I believe the conclave gets together tonight at 11 o'clock at Pops.
Oh.
I'll be mailing in my votes then.
It's secret, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Extremely secretive.
Yeah, I guess we should vote on them today since the thing's tomorrow.
And the envelopes will be hermetically sealed.
That's
Let's
correct.
just do it tomorrow. It's fine.
Yeah, Ernst & Young is handling it, and they will bring the, when it's something this big, I'll call them an envelope. They'll bring the envelope out, and we will read the winner. But what KG in O-Town has done is he has interviewed Kevin Miller, who's up for Emailer of the Year and Listener of the Year. Is he the Listener of the Year?
I don't know.
Listener, fan page member, emailer.
Oh, wow. What a big night for his career.
Oh, my God. He's interviewed Mr. Licks. Now, is this the... we have no idea if this is the real Mr. Licks.
No, how could we know?
We wouldn't know.
No.
Mr. Licks, you can see it on YouTube at youtube.com/TMASTL. And Mr. Licks was... Doug, what do they call that when you interview somebody but they block them out using some
The Witness Protection Program.
Perfect. Henry Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And now the newest one is Steve in Wildwood. Am I covering all the ones he's... Oh, Caller Adam.
Caller Adam, and there's some other ones that I'll be putting up today.
Oh, Jackson not impressed with the other ones.
No, I think they're all
high pitched
great.
right there. Pick up the reed, move your chips in.
It wasn't so much high pitched; it was high vocal tone.
Same thing.
But they're all really good. KG No 10 always does great work.
Yeah, I saw Licks. But I only saw like the 10-second one. I haven't seen the full thing. Licks said like 10 seconds and then it cut off. But if you look in the background, he has a mirror that looks like it came from like 1940. It's like flakes of gold mirror. Then he's got like a chandelier you can buy at Ace Hardware. Hey, for a guy that's got money, you've got some crap in your house.
Wow! Didn't see that coming. Didn't
Look,
see
I'm
it.
not rich, and I live in a hovel. But I don't brag about how much money I have. You've got the stuff in your house I saw was like, it couldn't cost more than $4.
Bad furniture.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think you're lying about your money.
Well, we hate to hear about his poor furniture choices.
Warson Woods Wacko has just issued a statement. This is breaking. Man, I'm telling you, the news just comes across my desk. I happily accept my nomination for Listener of the Year. In addition to stepping up for all of the charitable endeavors for the show with material contributions, I have rid the show of some of the pus that has infected the content and continually annoyed the hosts and listeners. Daddy Padre, gone. Hugo Posh, eliminated. And currently, I have Mr. Licks in my crosshairs. I outed Jackson for reliving the Flashdance solo dancing scenes at Tin Roof. My greatest contribution was getting Tim on St. Louis Country Club, fulfilling a lifelong dream of his. I live by the credo, he who has the gold makes the rules, and I am a rule maker. What up, Plowboy? That's from the Warson Woods Wacko, who has accepted his nomination for Listener of the Year. What a statement.
He's very confident.
Yeah, this is the final few hours of the campaign, and you're just seeing candidates go around town really trying to make their mark.
I wasn't dancing by myself at Tin Roof.
You laid back on a chair and had a bucket of water poured over your chest.
And did you play St. Louis Country Club?
I did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, are you guys swayed? Can your votes be swayed by some of these last
Well, I
minute?
thought he was lying.
Last minute, please.
Oh, yeah. You take me down to the janitor greenskeeper
that you think is a member guest.
I love how I walk up there peacocking.
Yeah, so who's in our flight? Oh, what's his handicap? No, this is just for the maintenance staff. It's a Monday.
These are rented
Anybody
clubs.
can be here.
Kevin Miller named his boat after me. Trying to.
Oh,
he named his boat after you?
Yeah, it's now the Free Iggy. But that thing sunk like 7 years ago.
His boat sunk and he just named it?
Yeah, I think he just renamed it, but it's still at the bottom of the lake, I believe.
Well, how do you rename it if the boat's at the
Yeah,
bottom?
he photoshopped it.
Guys, I would like to make a prediction for tomorrow night. Doug, are we taking predictions for tomorrow
I
night?
guess we could.
Prediction, no matter who wins what, Bootface will not be happy along with a slew of dorks. That's from Starfish Street. A slew of dorks.
Why would I not be happy? I don't care who wins.
Something
What
will
if
happen.
Mr. Licks wins all of his awards?
What if Daddy Padre should come in?
I thought you guys were in some kind of
We
piece
are,
right now.
but he's not nominated for anything. He can't even call the show anymore.
Oh, he calls.
He doesn't call the show.
He was on, I guess, when you were on vacation, right? Wasn't he on one?
Yeah, he did. He slipped through the cracks.
Yeah.
That's almighty.
I'm accepting my nomination for Listener of the Year alternate number 1. That's Doug's Glue Guzzler. Do we have Listener of the Year alternate?
No.
Gee, I
Accent
guess,
immediately.
I guess if the 4 that win don't accept it, we just keep picking.
I think it'd be funny to have like a bookie in the corner and people were placing their wagers on the
outcome of this. Could happen. I suspect there'll be someone come up and dedicate their win to the Native American causes.
Doug, who did that? Which
Marlon
Brando, right?
Yep.
When he won Best Actor?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That'd be a nice tribute. I could see Colorado doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. When it's put in front of me at the Conclave at 11 o'clock at Pops, VIP section, obviously, it's going to put me to the test because I think all the candidates are worthy. I think all, but then you put your vote in on that secret ballot, and you are making history. This is the first ever TMA year-end awards. Lisa Ann is going to be present. I'm going to be using my hand on 28 different gentlemen behind a dumpster. I'm planning on getting effed up on the Hennessy is what I'm planning on doing, to be honest with you. We're off on Friday.
You might need some of those nitro gloves you can get at Burley Cutlery.
I was practicing. I used my hand on 15 guys yesterday just to kind of try to pace myself.
Oh.
And I was able to do it. But I will say, by the 15th one, it took a little longer because my grip just wasn't as tight. And as you see, I have these little T-Rex arms with pincers.
Yeah, little pincers.
You got to come a little closer.
Yeah.
And then I go, not like that. I already got it on my chest.
Like clamps as much as anything
They are.
else.
I think it'd be funny, like you using shake weights, and like in Kirkwood, I'm sure a lot of people are walking around exercising.
Absolutely, it's like
and you
Jane
just have
Fonda's are all over the
You
area.
just have your arms, you're just walking the curb straight in the air, and you've got shake weights going full
Just skiing, just skiing.
Is there a time limit? 'Cause I'm sure a lot of these guys probably
can't get hard.
Yeah, can't get hard, and you can be there all day with one guy. If I had a live spot, I would throw it in right now, but I don't, so I won't even mention them. But if you can't get hard, I mean, you can't sit there for 15 minutes waiting. You got to get out. There's people in line.
Need a tag team partner.
Yeah, God, I wonder if I could like tag you in, Plowhawk. Would you mind using your hand on a couple?
Oh,
you want to be the fluff? You want to be the fluffer? Get those guys ready in the corner so when they come up, they're good to go.
Look, I told Hubbard at the get-go I'm down for anything, so I guess I have to.
Yeah, it's selfless gesture. Guys, I am still waiting for my nomination for former fan page moderator of the year. That's from former fan page moderator Neil Allen Craig Paquette.
Yeah,
you and Vestal. That's a tough. That's going to be a tough competition.
Guys, who is accepting the award for My Wife and Kids Hate Me, so I go to live shows for an HD2 radio show to fill my time and cleanse myself of fatherly responsibilities? Probably plenty of nominees for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's from Wedding Tackle, and he's on the attack this morning.
Too many nominees for us to narrow it down to 4.
That category is just too meaty.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's worse, these losers who write in some sort of acceptance speech for an award that some virgin just made up. Or the one loser who continues to beg to be included in these fictitious awards. Get back to cybering with dudes on your wife's OnlyFans, you loser.
Oh.
That's from Nathan from the east side of Altman. I get the sense that was directed at Doug's Glue Guzzler, who's not happy he is not nominated.
Well, he shouldn't be.
Well, they're not made up.
He's vile.
They're real. They will get awards.
Yeah, sure they are.
As real as we made them.
Yeah, I don't know.
2 weeks ago.
How excited you should be about winning one, but they are real. We will be giving out plaques or something.
And we need to think carefully when we vote because these awards mean a lot to the to the sea of dorks.
We really do.
Dorks.
We have to
T-shirt.
think about whoever is giving the speeches for the winners who couldn't make it that night.
Mr. Licks cannot be in attendance, I understand. I think he's flying private to Aspen. He's beginning the Christmas vacation. So he takes about a month off every year and goes to Aspen.
I imagine he does, yeah.
Yeah, I got a feeling that we'll be accepting awards on behalf of them for not being there for probably 90% of them.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna take the under on that.
Yeah, me too.
Doug, you can bet over.
90%. How many awards do we have to give out?
10? Is it right,
Oh,
Jackson?
so you think 9 out of 10 will be there?
10 awards.
Well, Licks is up for 4.
Doesn't mean he's going to win.
Oh, yeah, he wouldn't win any of those.
Chance. Well, there's not a chance. I think Kevin Miller's up for 3. This guy came out of the woodwork in the last 3 months, and he's up for 3 awards.
The one that I know won't be there that could win is
he'll be there.
Fix.
Wow, yeah. I don't want to give any revelation, but I'm dead serious. In the 18 and a half, Doug, we're approaching the 20th anniversary, and if you think tomorrow's going to be an orgy, imagine what the 20th anniversary show is going to be like. Mr. Fix is easily the worst caller in the history of the show.
Correct.
Much less the last year.
So
I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the angle is.
There isn't one.
I mean,
Not a
that's
long
the thing.
game.
Well, Licks is just awful.
But he amuses at least a portion of the audience. I have no idea what Mr. Fix is doing. Maybe it's the long game.
I don't know.
I mean, you don't like Mr. Licks because he comes after you, and I understand
Well,
that.
Pepper and Genie,
But Mr. Fix he's just kind of just talking and filling time. It's like a bad broker show where you want to kind of pull the guy aside and go, listen, I know at this point, your wife's pregnant. I just want to do you a favor, and you got to get out of the business. It just isn't going to happen. Yeah. Now, fortunately, Mr. Fix, as he's let us know, and he's a restaurateur, Doug. Is that right? He's a restaurateur.
That's what he claims to be.
Yeah, he owns the Picklemans.
Is that what he owns?
Oh, that'd be nice.
I love Picklemans.
I do, too.
That'd be a nice little franchise.
That is a good franchise.
The recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Groves says, hey, Tim and Gape, we're in New York City and unable to cycle on, but wanted to say hi and tell you that my wife has given more handies than I can count, courtesy the Staten Island Ferry. Staten Island Ferry known for manual stimulation? I thought it was just a way to kind of go back and forth.
I would think
you see
so.
it if you're by Lady Liberty, Doug, you'll always see the old Staten Island Ferry going.
If you get on that upper deck with nobody up there,
you can get a little hand play.
Yeah, Tim, back and forth.
Okay, that's enough.
That's what I'm gonna have to be doing.
Just let the motion of the river there take you through.
Yeah.
What a trip! Her arm is going to be in a sling on Thursday night from all this tugging, so she'll only be using her mouth to the Hall of Famers.
Gosh.
See y'all soon. ILL. And Doug, I was talking to the Plowhawk before the show started. I didn't see a second of sports last night. I guess I saw some of the Blues game. But I know that the perhaps biggest win in recent memory, maybe you're going to be able to correct me, Plowhawk, certainly would be for the University of Missouri.
Easily
Took place
the
last
biggest
night
win. Yep.
against the formerly undefeated #2 Texas Longhorns, down 5. With about 34 seconds left, a 3 goes in. They force overtime as Texas made a tribute to Conzo Martin and just kind of dribbled up the floor and threw up a contested jumper, and that did not go. Illinois took control in overtime, and they go on to beat Texas. And that team will probably be a top 10 team when the bragging rights rolls around here in a couple of weeks. How do you do, Plowhawk?
Man, it was a fun game to watch. Texas is loaded. I guess I haven't watched many of their games, Doug. And man, they're studs. But we were down almost the entire second half, but made a nice comeback. And I actually pulled a time to kill during a Blues playoff game type situation during the game.
What'd you do?
34 seconds left. We're down 5. My dog is pacing around needing to poop. This game ain't going to go on. You know how 34 seconds go in a college basketball game that's within 3 possessions? It's just unreal. So I was like, okay. So I took him to the yard. By the time I got back in, I hear Billis go, and we're headed to overtime. I'm like,
you missed it.
Bless it. Yeah,
You missed the Sunday charge.
Did you at least
saw the
record
entire
it?
overtime. No, I saw the entire overtime.
let's do what I do when I just put a pause.
Pause it? Yeah, I know.
Then you come back in, you just start where.
I feel like I'm always flipping through Twitter, though, and
Yeah, then you're going to have a little spoiler.
I'm going to see it, but it was a great. I hope Missouri beats Kansas. We're both undefeated going into that matchup. Now, the probability of that, Illinois, we're not undefeated, but I hope they're undefeated going into that matchup.
Yeah, that'd be the beat.
They should be ranked at that point, obviously, if you beat Kansas.
Missouri have anything between Kansas and Illinois, Jackson? I would think so.
UCF. UCF.
Is UCF any good? I don't know.
Missouri has played them tough every single year. I can't remember.
Is that in Columbia or Orlando?
It's going to be in Orlando.
Oh, Doug, you don't want to go to Orlando.
No, you do
But they can
not.
go to the friendly confines.
Friendly confines.
That's where the team lunch is.
That's right. What's their coach's name? Gates?
And they say hi to your sister there?
That's right.
UCF has beaten Oklahoma State and Florida State.
Okay.
And they
Leonard
really
Hamilton.
blew the doors off of Western Illinois. Sorry, Blasey.
Oh, no, they've had their little run. Man.
The Leathernecks have had a run.
I mean, they started out the season well a couple of years ago.
Nice.
They're one win away from the NCAA tournament, I think, in 2015.
Oh, no, you're going to the tournament?
Yeah, the Ohio Valley Conference Championship, and I think it was a close battle, but they lost.
Yeah.
Illinois has wins over UCLA and Texas this year. That is outstanding.
Yeah, they have some rough losses. The Maryland one was rough, but they're 13th. So, I cannot wait for the Bragg Rack game. I was chatting with Recovering Alcoholic via Facebook Messenger. He slid in my DMs, showed me some pictures. Madison Square Garden looks like a lot of fun for for a college basketball.
Well, the Blues were there the night before.
Yeah.
It didn't go so well, but then, Doug, they headed out to the island, and in a stunning development, they beat the Islanders. Sans, would you say Sans, Torrey Krug, and Bruce Nevich? is his name?
Nevich, yeah. Well,
And Tommy Grice.
You like to
Tommy
win
Pipes.
when you score 7. Sometimes it feels like that's what it takes. 2 of those were empty netters. So they did get 5 legitimate goals and just barely held on there. They had a 5-2 lead in late third period.
Got a little tight.
Yeah, Isles got 2 quick ones. But, as they say, a win is a win, and they desperately needed that.
Boy, did they ever. I'm telling you.
'Cause it feels like the wheels are about to fall off if they haven't. They're wobbling right now. But that was a big win against a good team.
When I saw Krug and his name's Bruce Nevich, were out, and I guess that news came out around 5:15 or something like that. I'm like, God, do I have a fiduciary responsibility to bet the Islanders tonight? But then it's something that seems so obvious, then perhaps the impossible would happen.
Yeah.
And I did not wager on it, and the Blues were able to get that one. And as you said, I mean, they really did need that. Because it's getting to a point where you're going, holy crap, they really might have to pull the plug early on. After thinking, and that's after a 7-game winning streak that came to an end like 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah. They've only won 1 or 2 since then.
They came back against the Panthers on that Saturday night, which looked like that was a sure loss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. It just doesn't feel like it's a really good team right now. They still got some good names, still got some terrific players, but they got a lot of guys who are just kind of guys too. They haven't seemed to have that in the recent years.
Right.
Where it's just kind of it's like a third of the roster is just kind of guys that aren't difference makers. So I think it's going to be kind of a rough season.
No,
I think it's probably going to.
What about the parade down Market in June?
I don't think that they're going to have to reserve space on Market Street. Not this year anyway.
Maybe we can have a parade down Market for our 10 winners for tomorrow night's year.
Would probably draw more people.
There are a lot of police presence.
Yeah. If we had a parade, that's what would happen. The police would pull over the one car and say, "You're all going to jail."
I'm talking like snipers on the rooftop.
Oh, well, there is that, yeah.
Blues and Jets tomorrow night at home, and then a little Sunday afternoon tilt. Bring the family to see the Stanley Cup champion Avalanche and Stanley Steamers team. Sunday afternoon tilt against the Avalanche, and then Monday against the Predators before they head out, and they will be gone through Christmas before coming back for the games in between Christmas and New Year's. And I plan on going to those. I guess they're probably going to be tough tickets, though. Tuesday against the Leafs, and then Thursday against the Blackhawks. And then on New Year's Eve, they play the Wild, all in St. Louis. Got nothing to do. Might as well have a pony.
Right,
We're off.
they'll do well there.
Well, you're going to be in Tampa, right?
Yes.
You'll be hanging out with Patty Maroon.
I don't think so.
You'll be hanging out with Tom Brady.
No.
Chris Godwin.
I don't think any of those people have anything to do with me. I was just planning to go to Randy Arozarena's house.
Oh.
Nice.
With Keisha Gray.
Another vacation?
Yeah. Yeah. You'll be on vacation that week, too.
Oh, well, I always take my vacation the week after Christmas.
As you know, Doug.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my time.
That's just your time. You're the only one in the country that takes any time off around the holidays.
And it's a luxurious
That's
getaway.
your time.
But I took my vacation and found out we're all off that week, so.
Well, because we had vacation, it's not like the station gave it off. We're using our vacation.
Oh, you are.
When you say you are, you talk to me as if I'm...
Well, I mean, you all are.
We are.
So I thought you said I was on vacation, then maybe you're on vacation. Well, since 2 are out, we'll
we all.
not do a show.
I knew Doug was going to go out of town. We haven't done the show in between Christmas and New Year's in a long time. Mm-hmm. Riz show's done on the 16th. How about that?
Hey, really?
Yeah.
For the whole
God
year?
bless him. Yeah.
That's what a lot of people do. Remember when we came in for our first meeting before we started, and half of the sales staff was off because at the end of the year, everybody
have a
takes
bunch of
their
vacation.
Yeah.
But we get to carry over. What's the number, Jackson?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
I get to carry
80
over
hours.
7 weeks.
Yeah, I remember you set up 12 weeks of vacation. Nicely done.
Yeah.
I don't even know how much we get.
I know.
I've only taken 2, so.
Well, it depends on person to person.
Oh, wow. I got to look at my contract.
Yeah, you do.
I think mine's 12 weeks, too, Doug.
Well, we all started here. It was year number 1, so.
Yeah.
I think Doug went to Tampa, the first week
he's
of
already
January?
had 7 weeks off.
The first day I was here, I said, "Here's my vacation time." I did. I actually did that.
That's right. You did have a trip coming up.
Yeah.
I'm flying
It
out.
had been planned before we made the move over here, and it was in January. And I don't know how to bring this up, really, but can I go on vacation like tomorrow?
I just remember that was a power move, and I respected it.
Well, you get to a point in life where you just kind of don't care. Here's what I need to do, if you don't mind.
Guys, with all these work emails that Ken checks during the show, you would think he would have the slightest idea on the things that happen around him there. Thanks. That's from glove blogger Tom Traven. And he is nominated, I believe, for Texter of the Year.
Well, he should be with that little.
I don't think we have any emails regarding our vacation. We just talked about this amongst ourselves.
I don't know what he meant.
Look, I'm trying to
far
give
as
Nick
the-
a chance.
Doesn't know what's going on around me. I don't know what you mean by that.
Well, it's always been hard for all of us to schedule vacation time around the holidays because we know that's Iggy's time.
Yeah, you got to go around me.
Mm-hmm.
Why bother even try doing a show?
Week after Thanksgiving, week after Christmas.
You can text in as many are choosing to do this morning. 314-881-TMA5. Engineer Design Facilities, sponsor of the text inbox here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. 314-881-TMA5. Save it in your phone. You can request a name. Jackson will put your name in there, and it will be a magical, magical thing. And maybe you can be nominated for Texter of the Year next year. If you have visibility to your company or a place of business's commercial fire alarm panel and system, please email fire@edf-rg.com, and we'll have a technician come out and provide a free evaluation of your system and offer the most competitive contract pricing in the market. You can also check them out anytime at edf-rg.com, the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA. EDF's fire division now testing, inspecting, and maintaining the fire system on all commercial and restaurant hoods. EDF can handle all of your company's security and surveillance needs, from surveillance cameras to access card readers to facial recognition software and everything in between. It's EDF. Design Air is the sponsor of our email of the day. Jackson, are we still giving away monster prizes like we did on Munsman?
Absolute monster prizes.
What do we got today, Jack? A 5-game pack featuring tickets to 5 Friday night games, including showdowns with the Yankees and Dodgers? How do you do?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Design Air, sponsor of the email today. That is courtesy of the St. Louis Cardinals. You can get your Cardinals tickets right now by going to cardinals.com. And so the prizes are phenomenal. JV golf coach with 2 wins, Buck Swope with 1 win, Carlos Spicy Wiener with 1 win so far in the month of September. And it's Design Air. Weather is cold, get the furnace checked. Weather is going to get much colder, make sure the furnace is working. That's why you get it checked now. Go to designairservice.com, click on the Book Now tab, and then they will come out and they will check on your furnace. They did that for Doug a few weeks ago. They did that for me a few weeks ago. We are clients of Design Air Heating and Cooling. We recommend you become a client as well. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling. The great Seth Goldcamp and his staff online at designairservice.com. Design Air Heating and Cooling, the official HVAC provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Jackson, would you like to tell the people about the Wolfpack?
For sure. I want to talk to you today about Trish Wolf and the Wolfpack. You know, you heard her on the show yesterday, you've heard her on the show on Tuesdays. The Wolfpack not only knows how to have fun, but they are experts in the STL real estate market, and they check all the boxes. 5 pillars, Doug. They have 5
What
pillars.
are they?
Oh, the 5 pillars.
Yeah.
Spags had 4, so this is 5.
That's even better.
Lucky.
The first one is experience. They got a team of agents with over 20 years of real estate sales experience. Expertise. Thousands of homes sold in the Mound City proper and the metro area. They got success. They're an award-winning Zillow Premier team. Strategy, proven processes that take you from planning to close and beyond, and of course, maximum return on investment. The Wolfpack looks at each individual situation and structures a commission plan tailored to maximize your ROI. So even if you're planning for 2023 or if your plans are a little up in the air, give Trish a text or a call today to begin informal preliminary discussion. It's never too early. Reach out today for a no-pressure consultative meeting to discuss your goals. You got a real estate-related question? Text Trish at 314-807-WOLF. It couldn't be easier. Join the pack. They've got your back.
She also has experience with Hedo. If
That's
you have
correct.
any Hedo questions,
That's right.
she can handle
That's
those.
the 6th pillar.
Right.
Yeah, hedonism is the 6th pillar. Friday night is pizza night. JJ Twiggs, Southampton. Get the TMA special. That's cheddar, chicken, pineapple, and what do you call it, Doug? Pepper and genie?
Yeah.
$10 for a 12-inch thin crust, $12 for a double-decker when you let them know you're a TMA listener. Friday night is pizza night this week with JJ Twiggs, Southampton. Get involved, 636-9004-TMA, the Steve Schmidt Key of North County phone lines. Text in 314-881-TMA5. Engineered Design Facilities text inbox and email in for this Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. The Friday pack, 5-game pack featuring tickets to 5 Friday night games, including showdowns with the Yankees and Dodgers. So compete with the greats. Jeremy Rutherford going to join us, brought to you by Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies. I believe he's going to be in studio.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, Mark is. I don't know about JR, but Jeremy Rutherford with us coming up at 9 o'clock, presented by Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies, 314-889-0503, or go online at evergreenstl.com. So many people here have started to work with Mark Hanna, and it makes me so happy. I spent I think I was on the phone with them for about an hour on Monday.
Really?
Well, just asking them some questions, kind of going, okay, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Tell me what you think about this. What if I did this? And yeah, it was all about refurbished Sibians, but the rest of the conversation is something that I'm going to keep between me and him. I think the world of him. That's why I wanted his opinions. And I know Jackson works with him. Prod Joe works with him. Doug, you've started to work with him. 314-889-0503, or go online at evergreenstl.com and work with Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies, sponsor of Jeremy Rutherford, who will be with us coming up at 9 o'clock as the Blues win last night over the Islanders. Illinois wins last night over number 2 and previously undefeated Texas. The Billikens fall, Doug, and they fall hard against the Gales of Iona. How do you do?
What exactly is gale? Is that just wind?
It's a shrub.
Is it that kind of gale? It's Gaels?
I always want SLU to be competitive, and I thought this was going to be a good year. I don't know.
Well, it's just it's really their first bad game of the year.
Yeah.
They've come close in their other losses.
Well, they lost to Maryland, Auburn, and Iona. Am I right?
Yeah,
I think so.
The big loss to Maryland wasn't good.
Yeah, the Maryland one was not. Oh, we got breaking news. Boy, Doug, I mean, this is a news desk. This is a news desk.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge is going back to the New York Yankees. You want to take a guess on what the number is?
Oh, jeez. $40 million a year for 9 years. $360
God.
Yeah, right on your phone that says it right there.
I don't have it anywhere.
Yeah, okay.
But did I just guess that right?
Yeah. And Iggy doesn't believe you.
Oh, yeah, there's what's on my phone. It's not that.
Right to the penny.
Oh, that's a cockpick.
I was looking at
No, it's a Brian Kelly
that's
information.
huge.
Yeah.
Damn, Doug, I didn't know you
Tremio
liked hogs.
shrubs.
Yeah, I was getting coffee and I heard
That's exactly what it was.
Rock's update.
9 years, $40 million a year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good guess.
And the Cubs got Bellinger for 17.5 for a year.
Cubs are playing ball. Yeah. They're coming. They're back to doing some spending.
It makes no sense to me what the Cubs are doing. You had an
I got to tell you,
all-star core of players. You let them all walk, and now you're going to try to rebuild
with kind of like ham and eggers a little bit.
Guys,
I agree with you. I liked what they did. If you're going to go full on rebuild, fine. But now they're less than 2 years after letting all those guys go. I mean, 18 months, not even.
Yeah.
Now you're kind of ham and egging it with taking a chance on Bellinger. And yeah, I mean, he was an MVP, but it's been rough.
The heart and soul of their team. Guys who are stars. They had Schwarber and Rizzo and Bryant and Baez, and let them all go.
Coles.
Yeah, and now you're going to rebuild with Cody Bellinger, who hadn't had a decent year in 3 years?
Well, at least they're doing something. At least they have a pulse.
Well, come on.
Here we go.
Something. I just can't figure out what their plan is.
Why are you poo-pooing the Cardinals signing a double-A guy to a major league contract?
Why do you hate Guillermo Zuniga?
They're going to lose out on a lot of these guys and have the MLB beat writers keep tweeting out, well, the Cardinals are in contention for this guy.
If anybody is interested, I will take. That reminds me, Jackson, I owe you $20. Let me take care of that right now.
Are you going to do another...
Actually, I'm just going to pay it in cash.
Superstar signing bet? Is that what you were talking about?
No, and I did lose on that. I will bet, if you're interested, Plowhawk, you might be the most active one, that the Cardinals will either have Murphy, Contreras, and one of the Blue Jays catchers within the next 12 hours. Anybody want it?
No, I agree with that because they're in on all of them. So they get one of them.
This is the one position you should not spend $25 million
I really don't like the Contreras thing. Because now I see John Denton, who writes for MLB.com, and I'm trying to get him or Derek Gould on. Do you have his number, Jackson? I'd like to get a baseball writer on for Balloon Party. And I texted Derek, but I know he's in San Diego, so I probably texted him at 3 in the morning. I'm sure he appreciated that.
I can try to get Denton's number.
To get one of them on in between 10 and 11. And what is Pang on at 10:15?
Yes, sir.
That Denton said that the holdup is the Cardinals and Contreras have agreed to money, but the holdup between the Cardinals and Astros is who will give the fourth year, if I'm not mistaken. And the Cardinals didn't want to do that, but they were closer on money than the Astros. And so they're going to wind up. I don't know. I don't like it, Doug. I'm just telling you. This is what happened with Fowler. Fowler didn't want to move to St. Louis. I don't know why. And then the Cardinals were like, okay, we'll give you the fifth year. And that's how he decided to come here instead of San Francisco or Toronto. So I'm just not, this isn't the position to me with an offense that has struggled that you go, I'm a Plowhawk. Rarely on sports takes are we in line, but I'm in line with you on this. I like a Gold Glover and Sean Murphy, but I guess they're not going to mess with, I guess they're not going to tend to the offense outside of Contreras. And I realize that does tend to the offense partially. I just thought, and I apparently mistakenly so, it would be in the outfield. But my guess now is they're going to get somebody in the rotation, a catcher, and then tend to the relief. Maybe I'm off, Doug, but that's what I think is going to go on. And I gather they're going to go, okay, Edman will be the shortstop, and Walker obviously is going to be in there, I think, at this point, which is fine, by the way. And then we're not going to block Wynn, and we'll have Gorman give it another run. I still think Tyler O'Neill. I'd bet I'll parlay it. If anybody's interested, give me odds. Murphy Contreras are one of the Blue Jays catchers today, and then Tyler O'Neill will not be a Cardinal in 2023. I'm parlaying that if anybody's interested.
Yeah, they basically are just going complete cost control for the next 3 or 4 years.
They're about to throw. I think they could throw a lot of money at Wilson Contreras, so I don't know if you can call it cost control, and their payroll is going to be up around 180. I mean, they're already at 164 million.
If Yadier Molina was, got off a back-to-back 35 home run season, then I understand maybe going after a bigger name catcher. You got to make up that offense. I mean, Yadi hasn't been a productive offensive player for 3 or 4 years. So it's not like this team was crippled because our catcher couldn't get 25-plus and like 80-plus RBI. That's just not what we need. You're going to have just a bunch of young, random dudes. I mean, Donovan now is an everyday second baseman. Jordan Walker's got to play half the season. Carlson, Yepez, Lars Nootbaar. This offense, the lineup is going to be worse this year than it was last year. I mean, look at what you've lost. Pujols, Yadi, lost Dickerson. I get it. Reyes, not so much, but
can't really count on the kind of seasons that Goldschmidt and Arenado gave you again.
You have to have better than what they did last
and
year.
That's not
you have
likely
to have better.
It's not likely to happen.
I don't get why they don't want to go after anybody. Why they choose catcher? To me, it's just not.
It's still kind of early to say they don't want to go after.
Well, they're flying off the shelves, Doug.
Are they still in on Swanson? I heard they were like one of 2 teams or 3 teams that were still.
Who reported that one?
John Morosi.
Morosi.
So, from my standpoint, Denton/Gould, with the specifics on Contreras, maybe they would go Contreras and Swanson. Maybe. I mean, I think it's all a domino effect. And my belief has been, I've been saying this on 101, that the first move is the catcher move. And then if they spend money on Contreras, then that is going to be where the big free agent dollars are going to be allocated. But if they trade commodities for O'Neill, and O'Neill being one of them, I would imagine, to Oakland or Toronto for catcher, then the free agent dollars would be allocated elsewhere. And I would have thought that was going to be the outfield or shortstop. But I just started to read between the lines, and maybe I'm reading it poorly, that they might go rotation. Because when you look at the rotation, it's solid, but if you look at the teams who go deep, they have, take your pick of whomever in Houston. Houston had a bunch of them. They obviously had the Cy Young winner, don't have them anymore. And then even though Nola and Wheeler aren't household names for casual baseball fans, I think baseball fans are well aware of how good those guys are, and the Phillies had them, getting them into the World Series. So, I mean, as great as people love Adam Wainwright, for example, I don't think you're looking at Adam Wainwright or Miles Michaelis and going, okay, you got your guy to start a series. You got a guy, and they're solid, and they certainly can do work. And then Rosenthal also reported, I think, on Monday, that the Cardinals would love to bring back Quintana. Quintana's not part of the roster next year. He's a free agent.
I'd like to see him bring him back. He was awfully good here.
He was great.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know how much that's a stock that relative to what he did in 2022, not because I think that was kind of above his skis.
I'd like to see him trade for Murphy and then sign Swanson. You'd have Gold Glovers all over the infield.
I would be on board with that.
You might have the best defensive infield. Well, you would in baseball, but one of the best ever with Arenado, Swanson, Edman, and Goldschmidt.
I agree. I mean,
how much better can you get defensively? Every run you save is
you're not going to
worth
go
when you score.
You know, into the A class, so to speak, of the Turner, Correa, Bogarts world. You have a position that has been. You want to talk? We talk a lot about gapes. You know, I feel like no other show does it as well as
Did
this
we just
show.
change the subject?
No. You had a gape at shortstop for a few years.
Yeah.
You know, and you've had two of the best free agent classes I would imagine in baseball history, back-to-back years. And you have a problem without having to trade the thing that it seems like you value more than anything, at least publicly, prospects, or just at this point, commodities, not even prospects. And you don't tend to it, even though they're sitting there. For the life of me, I don't get that. And then you're going to spend money on a guy who, yes, he is a catcher, but it is not like he is a Yadier Molina 150-game-a-year catcher. He's a catcher who, you know, moonlights at the position. Moonlight isn't fair. He plays more than 50% of his games there, but it's not like he's a regular that you can count on there. Murphy's a Gold Glover, and listen, Contreras would help the offense. I'm not disputing it. I don't like the idea of committing those dollars. I don't think it's a deal that when it's all said and done, Cardinals fans are going to be excited about when it's over. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. In the short term, it will provide instant gratification. But the way I view these things is through the life of the contract, and I do not think you will get proper return on your investment. That's where I'm coming from.
If you got if you got Dansby Swanson and Sean Murphy, then Donovan probably becomes an everyday outfielder, along with Jordan Walker, probably, who's probably going to get the shot. Then you really only need one more bat in the outfield.
Yeah, if that doesn't happen, you have...
Well, I can't imagine they're trading Carlson. I mean, if you didn't trade him 2 months ago for Juan Soto, you're not trading him now.
That outfield's the worst outfield in baseball. In the National League, I would think it's right up there with whatever the Pirates are bringing to the table, but they're not trying. I mean, this is a team that's trying, that's actually going to put out an outfield of, Jordan Walker is going to be great, but you never know. Yepez, Carlson, maybe you have O'Neill in that lineup. I mean, Lars Nootbaar. That is so bad, and I don't care how you can justify it with analytics or, the new age stats. That's a really bad outfield that had a really bad year, and I just think we put so much on a couple weeks of a great Lars Nootbaar. Maybe it was a month. I don't know what it was, but that to me is the biggest problem that this team has had since Grichuk and Piscotty were supposed to be the guys, and that never panned out, and they have been chasing it out. They've been chasing secondary, below-average outfielders and putting them on a pedestal for 5 or 6 years. And I just don't understand it. I just really don't get it. Carlson's all right, but he hit 240 and looked miserable at the plate, and now he's the guy.
Yeah. And really struggles hitting left-handed.
Yeah, it
really struggles.
That outfield on paper.
Was he even on the
awful.
roster in the playoffs?
Carlson, I believe so.
Yeah, he started game 1, but he didn't start game 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's your outfield. They're not signing any outfielders. That is your outfield next year.
Yeah, that's
You're
awful.
picking between those 6 guys. And
get a Bogarts, and it kind of justifies, maybe having a weaker positions out there. But, I mean, to me, Dansby Swanson just doesn't move the needle. I'm saying he is better than Donovan, but if you're going to pay $150 to him, you might as well pay $190 to Bogarts, and you get 10 more home runs. You get less defense, but you almost don't need as much defense as the Cardinals are wanting. I mean, you have Arenado and Goldschmidt. You have Tommy Edman. And Bogarts isn't a liability by any stretch of the imagination on defense, but he's not a wow factor guy. But I think offense would be key.
Whatever happened to Mo meeting with Nolan in L.A., promising an increase in payroll and roster improvement? It's from the 3 and 4. Gentlemen, and all of the ladies listening who I know have that Hitachi out, it's December 7th. I mean, get off of Twitter. Get off of message boards. Come outside. What? It's St. Louis in December.
It's beautiful out there.
But I'll take
Gorgeous
wagers.
day.
I like to wait. Listen, it's not just because I'm saying I'll take wagers doesn't mean that I'm right. I bet the Plowhawk and gave him 10-1 odds on the Cardinals doing something a couple years ago, 3 years ago, on an outfield bat or something like that. You were in a furlough, so it was nice because you got a little money
Yeah, that was
coming
great.
from the radio station. Granted, it was from me. for a bet.
Well, usually it doesn't come from you when I'm in a furlough.
Oh, what is that you're eating?
Yeah, it looks like a little pound cake.
A lemon pound cake.
Lemon?
It looks like 4 slices, too.
Yeah, 4 nice, big, chunky slices.
But I will wager. I got a 20 out here because I owe Jackson something that I said there'd be 2 SEC teams in the college football playoff. We bet that like a month ago. I didn't see the South Carolina-Tennessee thing happening. But, hey, I could be wrong. But
they'll do something.
There's not a doubt in my mind they will do something. Yeah, I didn't realize. Honestly, I went to the Jeff Burton the Toast for Jeff last night, so I didn't see a thing. That's why Plowhawk and I were talking about ILL, and the Blues game was up where we were, so I got to see a little bit of that. But I didn't realize the angst going on, and I was in root canal mode yesterday. I didn't realize the angst that was going on surrounding the Cardinals at this moment, honestly. But apparently it's happening, and I'm just, that's what maybe and I'm coming from a place where I've been critical of the offense more so than I think most people who do shows in the area, but I don't really listen to most shows in the area, so I don't know. And I believe they're going to tend to it, and my reasoning is Nolan Arenado had Mozeliak fly out there and said, hey, I'm not going to opt out if you can promise me you are going to upgrade this roster, because what we have right now isn't good enough to win a championship. And I'm in my early 30s now, and I've got maybe a handful more shots at winning a championship. And I just don't believe John Mozeliak's going to go back on that. But just because he hasn't done anything on December 7th doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So that's where I'm coming.
When was the last time the Cardinals actually made a bunch of moves before the winter meetings were over? It's always usually later for them, isn't it?
They're golfing and it's a spa day. Come on, can we stop calling it meetings anymore? I mean, these are casual Ascot get-togethers with a ton of golf and spa days in between. These are not guys that are rolling up their sleeves doing fantasy baseball trades. They do almost nothing there and justify it because they all hung out and drunk bourbon in a conference room. Like, come on.
That may be a bit of an oversimplification.
Yeah, but to call them winter meetings and things are...
I didn't have Plowsy versus the winter meetings on my bingo card today.
They do have meetings involving rules changes and the commissioners there, and they do discuss things that pertain to...
Fred McGriff goes into the Hall of Fame now.
Yes.
So is this like the time when they said we should have people start at second base in extra innings, or...
Probably.
Exciting stuff.
But it's not like in the 80s when Whitey Herzog would go and make 5 trades in a day and a half, because the players make so darn much money now that it's not that simple.
You know what it is Boris has a suite, and he sits up there, and then the GMs come and kiss his feet in his room and try to make deals.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Boris.
$100 million? Yes.
Would you go $120 a year? We'll come back tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. Boris. He just holds court up there.
Is Johnny Johnson there, you suppose?
Probably.
He's got to be.
I think
so.
He's Boris' assistant, I think.
The Cardinal fans are pissed, and I don't know if it's lack of moves, but I think it's looking at teams you're going to be playing next year to try to get to the NLCS, making all the moves. You got the Phillies willing to just spend a boatload after that really good team, bringing most of their players back, went to the World Series last year. You have the Mets just absolutely. They lose DeGrom, guess what? They add a Verlander. I think it's just watching teams that you're going to have to face in the playoff potentially, making all these moves of players that you kind of desired to have.
Right, and I understand that. But if we were getting ready to go down to Jupiter, I'd go, my God, they didn't do a damn thing, and they've lost some pieces most likely if they didn't add, because there are some guys who I think they're interested in bringing back who are free agents. But it's December 7th. So that's why I don't share that.
Yeah, I think a lot of Cardinal fans wanted to see him get Trey Turner, and he's off the board. And then there was some picture of Bellinger with Matt Holliday that got people thinking, well, we're going to get Bellinger, and then he went to the Cubs. That's probably...
I didn't want him to get Bellinger. Do you want him to get Bellinger?
I thought it would have been a pretty good gamble, just because I think he's not that far off an MVP season. I think someone will get him straightened out at the plate sooner or later.
Well, Mr. Licks wants to bet me, Doug.
A lot better player than he was.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, I realize they got him for a one-year deal, although it was $18 million. Mr. Licks says I'll throw $20 on that. I don't know what we're betting, Mr. Licks. He says, in 3 days, Plowsy will come across a tweet that will say this outfield is better than people realize, and he will suddenly do a 180 and say he loves the outfield. That's from Mr. Licks. Plowsy, do you see that happening?
No way in God's green earth I will ever say I love this outfit.
There it is. He is on the record.
Well, they're counting awfully heavily on Jordan Walker at this point.
Well, if they
for
doesn't-
him to come through.
And Dylan Carlson to regain the form that they were so bullish on when they wouldn't trade for Juan Soto. And then he's proposed a trade, Mr. Licks, Doug. You know he's up for 4 awards tomorrow.
I like trade proposals.
I say we trade Iggy for KG and O-Town for the week of 128 so we don't have to hear someone complain about taking a free trip to Jamaica. That's Mr. Licks' trade proposal.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Would you accept that deal?
What was the deal? I mean, where's 128 come from?
That's
January 28th
January
when we
28th.
fly to Jamaica and have our orgies.
Oh, I'd gladly let KG go in my place.
Really? Wow, stunning development. Really? You just don't really want to go?
I think I said that at the meeting we had when I said I wasn't going. I said, can KG and O-Town go? So I'm willing to say if he wants to go.
Well, Mr. Licks' trade proposal's
But
gaining
now it
steam.
doesn't matter because
You've
Lisa
weighed-
Ann's going and they've already donated money to the foundation, so I can't renege on that.
So it sounds like you would waive your no trade.
I don't believe I have a no trade.
You don't have no
I
trade.
don't think that's a bag of balls and a fourth-string producer for me.
KG and O-Town has just accepted Mr. Licks' proposal.
Yeah.
So he's in. His camp is good with it.
Caller Adam says Mr. Licks is a fraud for blurring out his face in his interview. Doug, we have some clips of these interviews. You wanted to hear the interview with Caller Adam. You wanted to hear the interview with Kevin Miller. You wanted to hear the interview with Mr. Licks.
Okay.
You wanted to hear the interview with Stephen Wildwood. We have clips of these interviews. KG and O-Town. I guess he went to Stephen Wildwood's, what does he have? What do you call it?
Palatial
Chalet?
penthouse, yeah.
Overlooking the old man, the old miss.
Oh, muddy.
Oh, miss.
You can hear the gunshots on a nightly basis from
Roll 'em
where
up,
he lives.
kids.
Mr. Lick says, "Ha ha, Jesus, I was not that serious." So
about what?
I don't know.
About the trade.
Are we betting Mr. Licks? Because I really do. Because I believe he'd be good for the cash.
What's the bet?
I don't know if we're betting $20 that the Cardinals will sign
a catcher.
Contreras, trade for Murphy or one of the Blue Jays catchers today, and give me Doug until 7 p.m. Central.
Oh, okay.
Well, you definitely can't block Mason Wynn because he's going to be ready in 2026. You need to make sure that you tell fans for a couple years we have this guy in the paddock. Because that's kind of how you generate, oh, well, you can't trade him, you can't trade him, you can't trade him. They talk about this guy.
You know what Strauss used to call him? Fabergé eggs.
It's a perfect example
Boy, do we
of
miss
what
Joe
it is.
Strauss. I am telling you. Stephen Wildwood's proposing a trade. Boy, everybody's trying to win here. It's campaign season. I'd like to propose a trade. I'd like to trade fluids with some of the hot ladies who listen to this presentation. That's Steve and Wildwood.
Don't hold your breath.
Gosh.
Gotta find him first.
I guess he's got a pack of Coca-Cola or something he'd like to trade for Dr. Pepper.
I don't know what area code 215 is, but another trade proposal. Philadelphia? Yeah, we're starting to get some traction
We're
with
big in
WIP.
Philly, yeah.
Trey Turner.
Yeah,
I would
right.
trade Iggy for a bag of rocks. At least they don't nose whistle into the microphone. That's from the Philadelphia area.
Gosh, don't let that get you down.
I saw
don't let
Iggy's head fall. I don't want it to get him.
No, I don't care anymore.
Don't get crestfallen.
I don't care anymore, these idiots.
Mr. Lick says the bet is Contreras, Murphy, or Blue Jays catcher until 7 p.m. Central. All right, $20 it is, Mr. Licks, and I will Venmo.
Licks will be paying.
You're talking today, 7 p.m. Central? Okay.
Yeah, Licks will be paying.
Plowhawk, I'll
I
bet
don't
it
know.
if you want it.
There's so much momentum about a catcher. I know it can't be all made up, so I kind of have a feeling I'm with you. Maybe not today, but this week for sure.
I could see Contreras bouncing around a bunch of teams and say, "How much will you give me? How much will you?"
Sure,
give me?
as he should.
And the A's saying, "Wait a minute, everybody wants Murphy. Well, why don't we hang on a little while longer?"
Because if the Cardinals don't get Contreras, then the A's are going to go, I'm going to have the Cardinals by the balls here. And then they're going to ask for even more than they're asking for. And that's a bunch out there that wants to win.
yeah. They pull out all the stops.
Give us your fourth outfielder, please.
We've gotten rather spoiled with trades when you see what they gave up to get Goldschmidt and Arenado, two of the top players in all of baseball, and the Cardinals really didn't give up anything that hurt, nothing. And so now, if any trade brings back something less than that, where it does hurt to lose some players, it's going to feel like, wait a minute.
I think it
We
should be
sure
the
wanna do
opposite.
that?
It's like, look at what we didn't give up to get two cornerstones. Let's overspend for a need. I think you can do that. I think you should do that.
Mr. Lixos, a big thank you to whatever fellow junior sales rep that stole his father's old Orson hat to let him borrow for that interview with KG and O-Town. That's Carlos Spicer.
He had an old Orson hat on.
He was wearing an OWCC hat.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really tough. I can walk into Old Warson Country Club tomorrow and buy a hat.
You could?
Yes.
You're allowed, the public is allowed to go in there and shop at the pro shop?
It wouldn't take much to walk in there and buy a hat.
All right. You think he did that?
Well, he doesn't belong, so...
How do you know?
He got it from somebody.
How do you know he doesn't belong?
Because he lies about almost everything he comes out of his mouth is a lie.
I think it'd be funny to go to Old Warson and get like a hat and a sleeve of balls and like lay out 3 credit cards. Be like, okay, can you take 5 out of this one? Can you take?
Well, if he loses this bet to Tim, he's going to have to pay in installments.
Yep.
He seems like a wealthy gentleman to me.
We have an interview with him, with Kevin Miller, with Stephen Wildwood, and also with caller Adam, all coming up. KG and O-Town doing Yahweh's work is what he's doing, Doug. He's doing Yahweh's work.
Boy, he is busy.
He is busy,
Bouncing
man.
all over town,
My
too.
God.
Yeah,
he went down to Ballpark Village. One Cardinal Way, is that what it is? That's where Steve at One Cardinal Way.
Yeah, in his penthouse suite there.
I'm telling you. Hey, it is holiday season time, and it is time for Sound Stories. Doug, do you have one today? I have one today.
I don't believe so.
Okay. MySoundStory.com, and you can schedule an interview with Doug, myself, with Jackson, with John Hewlett, with Learn, with Randy Carricker, with Riz, Patrico, Moon, Courtney. Your pick at MySoundStory.com, or and get that for the holidays and give a gift that everyone will love, not just this year, but for years to come. It's one of those gifts you'll never, ever regret getting. Go in with your siblings and get a Sound Story, and you can get a gift certificate and knock out holiday shopping right now by going to MySoundStory.com and entering the promo code GIFT, and that is going to get you 20% off a gift certificate for the holidays. So you don't even have to schedule it at that point. Get it scheduled in January, February, March, doesn't matter. MySoundStory.com. The promo code is GIFT for a gift certificate for the holidays. And then if you want, you can schedule it before the holidays. One of the things I love and that I did with my brothers and sister a couple of years ago, I guess probably 3 years ago, as we all came in and just told childhood stories, gave that to my parents. I thought that was something, and we've had a few families do that, but for the holidays, that is another perfect gift. So you can come in here, or you can do it over Zoom if you're like, man, there's no way all 2, 3, 4 of us can get together and do this at the same time. Do it over Zoom, and you can knock that out that way. If you want to do that and you wanted to do it at night, I could set aside time in the evening if that would work better for people. You can just email me, tmckernan@SatSTL.com, or just get the gift certificate, mysoundstory.com, enter the promo code GIFT, and give the ultimate holiday gift that will last forever. Your family's words, voices, stories, wisdom, saved forever in your own voices, whether it be your parents, your grandparents, or your own. mysoundstory.com, promo code GIFT. Doug, can you tell the people about Ryan Kelly? Because I've got him down as the homeloanexpert.com. And I've also got him as the title sponsor of the show for a decade.
He's that too. You know what he's got going now? He's got what he calls an inflation-deflation program. If high interest rates are keeping you on the sidelines in the search for a new home, the inflation-deflation program from Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert, will put you right back in the game. After you're pre-approved with the home loan expert, they will enroll you in their interest rate rewind program. That means your interest rate will be 2 full points from today's rate for the first year of your loan, and then 1 point lower in year 2. And after that, your interest rate will adjust to today's current rate. Once you close on your new dream home with Ryan Kelly's team, you'll be enrolled in the VIP Refi program. That way, when interest rates drop, and they will drop, the Home Loan Expert team will refinance your loan to that new lower rate with no fees. All you have to do is make 6 months of payments after your closing, and you can get locked in at that lower rate. Now that is VIP service. Find out more about the inflation-deflation program at thehomeloanexpert.com. In this very difficult market, Ryan Kelly and his team are trying very hard to get it done for you. Thank you, Ryan Kelly. Thank you, Sir Mortgage.
Online at thehomeloanexpert.com. Munganast, the sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour and the official automotive provider of the Tim McKernan Show podcast and the Ryan Kelly Morning After. StLouisAcura.com and AltonToyota.com. Work with Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, and Peter Munganast. And I can tell you this, right now, through January 3rd, they are doing 0.99% financing on all Acuras for 36 months. That's less than 1%. If you would like that deal, you just got to go to St. Louis Acura and work with the best. And if you'd like an introduction, just email me, T. McKernan at InsideSTL.com. I'll connect you with them. And even if you get your car from Munganess, they will service your car at Munganess. Go to stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com and work with the best. And the best is Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, Peter Munganess, the whole staff at Munganess, stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. It is 8:07 in St. Louis. That means we have done a full hour of radio, and we have entertained millions of people.
Yeah, tens of millions.
On HD, including people in Philadelphia, apparently. The listeners, back-to-back texts, not happy with Iggy getting up and leaving.
He does it every day.
Iggy, sit the F down. Tim's in the middle of a live read. He can't help himself to just old man putter around. That's from the Afton Altar Boy. And why is Fonzie so fidgety today?
Puttering around is a good term. That's kind of what he was doing over there at the window. Puttering.
He was.
Did he walk towards the window?
He was just looking over there, like at the picture of King Scott and the moon.
Yeah, he adjusted a few
and
things
the
over there.
cardboard cutout.
I think it's his first time in the studio.
I saw Riz. God, we got to get the studio door. The studio door, I realize if the mic's been broken for 3 months, then the studio door is important. Not to say that the mic isn't, but if I were prioritizing. But either way, so Riz did his first sound story a few days ago, and we were BSing, I guess a couple days ago. And he goes, man, I went into your studio to do a sound story for the first time. He goes, that cardboard cutout of Learn is really kind of a weird thing. Did you see any of the other accoutrements behind it?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah, it's best that no one else come in here, really.
Jackson, thanks for Jackson. I don't know if we'd still be on air if it wasn't for Jackson, but I remember doing the first couple sound stories, and there was actually that tie-dyed boa dildo or butt plug, and they had like 2 of them just like displayed as like centerpieces in your living room.
It was like a porn trading card.
Yeah, and we left like 2 stocking caps on the mic when like this
Clean
lady was
it up,
like, "Is
button
this
it
a
up a little
mic?
bit here."
This a coat rack?"
Well,
it's quite a little.
It's rough.
So it is.
It's a little rough, like a bad locker room.
Oh, my God. All right, send your emails in. We're giving away the Cardinal 5-pack, Friday night 5-pack for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. So incredible prizes. The morning after at InsideSTL.com. Jeremy Rutherford at 9 o'clock, presented by Mark Hanna. Then Darren Pang at 10:15 on Balloon Party, and we are efforting either Derek Gould or John Denton to join us on Balloon Party as well. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Guess what? TMA is giving out end-of-the-year awards to TMA fans.
It's happening December 8th at Harpo's in Chesterfield.
And we'd like all of you to be there.
You think we're going to have an award for the most misshapen head?
Cool, man. Cool. But maybe we'll do most translucent skin, though.
How about the most perverted show member with bleached blonde hair?
Talking about me?
Yeah.
Well, off.
You ashen sweet potato.
This award ceremony is more about the listeners, best texter, best caller, best emailer, or maybe we'll point out the worst caller, and who should be Listener of the Year. It's the TMA End of the Year Awards, Thursday, December 8th at Harpo's in Chesterfield. By the way, former adult film actress Lisa Ann will be joining the event. Presented by Munganess St. Louis Acura and Munganess Alton Toyota. Better than ever for you, dear customer. Who should win? Who will win? Who cares? Please bring a new and unwrapped toy for Annie's Hope on behalf of our good friend Jay Randolph Jr. And you get in for free.
My haircut.
I've never been
blonde hair costs
I'm getting tanner. My hair's
Find out more at TMASTL.com. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert, is with us. Ryan, rates are still going up. Is it a good time to buy a house still?
Absolutely, Doug. It truly is. We have a saying at the Home Loan Expert office. You marry the house, you date the rate. You fall in love with the house. You're going to be there for a while. But the mortgage, you're probably going to refinance that along the way. Now, mortgage rates are up, but don't let that scare you. Again, you marry the house, you date the rate. Mortgage rates will come back down at some point. Got questions? Ready to get pre-approved? Visit thehomeloanexpert.com.
Nothing says barbecue like Naven's Barbecue. Whether it's lunch, dinner, or a family gathering, Naven's Barbecue has an extensive menu for any palate. From slow smoked Texas-style brisket to award-winning smoked chicken wings. All Naven's Barbecue is wood smoked, and all their meat is from local and regional farmers. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook for daily specials and holiday meal packages. Stop by their location at the intersection of Grand and Arsenal in South City today for the best barbecue in the STL. Online at navensbbq.com. That's NAVINSBBQ.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service, second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. Your favorite spirits like Hendrick's Gin and Monkey Shoulder Vatted Walt Whiskey are now available in premium, ready-to-serve cocktails thanks to Batch and Bottle. Try the Lazy Old Fashioned, Rhubarb Cosmo, Gin Martini, or Scotch Manhattan. Simply chill, pour, and garnish. Each bottle serves 4 to 5 cocktails, so grab a few for your next party and spend less time in the kitchen and more time in the conversation. Just look for the black bottle with the gold cap. That's Batch and Bottle Premium Ready-to-Serve Cocktails. Batch and Bottle Premium Pre-Batch Cocktails, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Strode. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that's always a great time to gather at Rosalita's. Why not start off with a happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m.? Enjoy happy hour specials including $3 off of appetizers like the wildly popular Carne con Cerveza, marinated steak cooked to order and served on a sizzling skillet. The patio is heated and covered, plus Rosalita's offers live music on Thursdays and mariachi every weekend. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
This is Tim McKernan here to tell you about Sound Story. Holidays are quickly approaching, and if you are looking for the perfect gift to give, you can find it at mysoundstory.com. And this week, Sound Story gift cards are 20% off when you enter promo code GIFT at mysoundstory.com. With Sound Story, you have the choice of Doug Vaughn, Action Jackson, or myself to interview your mother, or your father, or your grandmother, or your grandfather, or yourself to record life stories and wisdom for all of your family. It's the kind of gift that you'll never regret giving. It's the rare gift that everyone will love, not just this year, but for years to come. Just go to mysoundstory.com to receive this holiday special discount of 20% off the cost of a Sound Story gift certificate by entering promo code GIFT. And you will be giving your family the gift of keeping your family story saved forever. It's Sound Story. Promo code GIFT for 20% off this week at mysoundstory.com.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Butter me up, Daddy.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
What do you think of that percussion I added?
I don't know why you'd even really need the real thing, Tim.
What about the Coke can open?
With that kind of mouth play.
Good.
All kinds of things are going on. Ken has vacated the studio again.
He's been gone. He left 5 minutes early so he could get here on time, and he's not here on time.
He came back in.
What is...
feels no responsibility at all to be here when the show
And is candidly perturbed by the sponsors.
Right.
Speaking of which, Marco Bertorelli is on the line. Doug, you know him from Bertorelli Cutlery.
well,
What do you say,
sure.
Chop Chop Cheeky or
Chop
something?
Chop Cheeky.
Got an Italian villa, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. Marco, did you offer your home in Italy to Iggy?
Of course.
All right, Doug.
okay,
all right,
okay.
there we go. We
Okay.
got that confirmed.
Wow.
Okay, now it seems.
I'd like to say hello to him, but I guess he's not back.
He's
from
not
the break.
available.
No.
He will not be available.
Couldn't
Sorry.
make it. He's on assignment.
Big night tomorrow night, guys.
Yeah, you better
when
believe
do the
it,
votes
brother.
Get tabulated.
Mhm.
When's the armored truck pick up the sealed envelope?
We are having a conclave at 11 p.m. tonight at Pops. The 5 of us will get together and vote. And then Ernst & Young will handle what Doug is calling the envelopes, not the envelopes.
Yeah.
And we'll present them to Lisa Ann and the members of the dais tomorrow night to announce the winners. So we have no idea who is going to win. Do you have any favorites for any of these categories, Marco?
I do. You have to go with texture of the year. You got to go recovering alcoholic.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a really nice year, Doug.
He's rough. He's been suspended many, many times.
I mean, offering up his wife like that, you got to put him at the top of the list.
It's a nice gesture, but
It is a nice gesture.
still been suspended many, many times.
Rookie of the year, how can you got to go Herb.
Herb is just, he's just so well hung.
3 shades of brown.
And then, of course, call of the year. I'm a big Adam Lemming. Got to go with Adam.
Suspended many,
I got to
many
tell you,
times.
I think Marco might be on the favorites there. I think Herb might be an underdog play, but otherwise those are 2 chalky plays. Doug, you think those are chalky plays?
Well, probably so. Doesn't mean that's who I'm going to vote for.
On the chalk.
Well, okay.
By the way, Marco, Iggy is back in the studio if you would like to discuss anything with him.
Hey, Iggs.
What's up, buddy?
When are you going to come over to the villa in Italy in the Alps?
There you go.
Soon.
Oh, you're in northern Italy, Marco.
Yes.
Wow.
Ski town.
Wow.
Bring the skis over.
You got a ski lodge there, do you, fellow?
Oh, yeah. Ski in, ski out, and we're in the Alps.
Really?
I want to go in the spring and,
Sure.
just tour for a week. Just see everything.
You let me know. The key to the villa is yours, Iggy.
Thanks,
Really?
buddy. Yeah, he already told me that.
Well, I'm going to be over there in April, but I don't think the plans are to be in the Alps.
Oh, my goodness, Doug. If you're there, you're right around the corner. Please, be my guest.
Yeah, how about that, Doug? Might as well.
It's a sizable country, though, right?
Well, what part are you going to go to?
Well, a couple places. I think Sicily and Rome.
Well, we're about 8 hours north of Rome.
There you go.
Sicily's
There it
over.
is.
Well, it's part of a tour
Hop,
group. I
skip,
don't-
and a jump.
Yeah.
Call in big man from Italy. Call in from the Alps.
Yeah.
Call in, big man.
We'll connect you via
All right.
laptop and you can do the show from
I think
the Alps.
that'll have to be a separate vacation. But that would be a fun way to go.
Oh yeah, you don't even have to ask. You can just go.
Yeah, I've gotten 12 weeks this year.
You do have 12 weeks?
Is that close to Austria?
Yeah. We're about 2 hours from Innsbruck.
Okay.
Man, this place.
Somebody's been sharpening a lot of knives. It's probably the sponsorship here that bought that thing.
I would imagine that's what happened. Yep, that's what happened.
Nice. Very sweet. Well, what do you got going now?
Well, we've got some specials for the month, Doug.
Oh, nice. Holiday specials at Bertorelli Cutlery. How do you do?
Like to hear what they are.
We've got TMA specials. We need the listeners to come in and ask for Doug's Wood.
What? I beg your pardon, sir.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
Why the
Marco.
sponsorship?
We're talking cutting boards, Doug. What are you talking about?
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
These cutting boards are by Doug E. Design, and they're all made here locally.
Doug
All the
E.
wood is from-
Design.
Yeah, all the wood is from inside the 270 corridor.
Really?
Local wood from a local guy. They are the smoothest cutting boards you'll ever see. They're like glass to the touch.
Really?
So, TMA listeners, from now till the end of the year, walk in the door and say, "Give me some of Doug's Wood."
Oh, for heaven's sake.
20% off of those TMA specials.
Wow.
You do.
I gotta get me a cutting board. We are in desperate need of one.
Oh, theirs are the best.
See, that's perfect.
This is where you'd go.
This is exactly where I'm gonna go this week, Doug.
But just ask for the cutting board. Don't ask for Doug's
I'm going in for Doug's Wood for sure.
All right, anytime you guys want to come down, thanks a lot for a great year. And hopefully we have a nice holiday special. Merry
Amen.
Christmas to everybody there.
Merry Christmas to you and yours, Marco.
We will not see you tomorrow night.
Hopefully we'll see you. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
All right. Well, thanks, Marco.
All right. Thanks, Doug.
All right.
Gotta
Thanks
go.
for the call, in.
I like that call. And he does have a legit villa in the northern part. That's what surprised me. I didn't think it was in ski country. I'm intrigued.
Now, one of my big parts of going to Italy was going to Rome. He's 8 hours away.
Well, you're going that far. You may as well do both. Go to Rome and hop on a train and then go up to his villa.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Do 2 days in Rome, train it up, do a week in the villa, maybe come back and do two days in Rome again, and then head home. Those hostels are really cheap.
Are they?
I would assume.
You been there?
Well, you're staying with a bunch of dudes in one room. I hope it's
How do you
reasonably
know about
priced.
that?
Well, that's what a hostel is, am I right? It's like a communal housing for transients?
I don't know. I've never stayed in a hostel to know exactly what you get. It doesn't really appeal to me too much.
I didn't think you would. For me, as long as I can use my pack as my pillow and have a blanket.
Pack is my pillow.
Well, I know they have communal showers.
Oh, Jack's going to Italy.
Are you sure you're not interested, Doug?
Well, yeah, my mind just changed a little bit.
See, Appliance Discounter's 8 o'clock hour. If you are in the market for an appliance, our 8 a.m. sponsor, Appliance Discounters, has what you need. Shop major brands like GE. Appliance Discounters have drastically lower prices on installs, with select dishwashers being free. They also have huge GE cash rebates. It's the Appliance Discounters. In Jackson, you can tell the people about Muggsy Bill.
Muggsy Bill, that's what it's called. That's Muggsy Bill season. The absolute perfect gift for anyone in your life that you want to show that you care about. Just be careful, because they'll really, really love you after you give them the gift of Muggsy, so wield that power responsibly. They're the most comfortable and stylish men's jeans on planet Earth because they're designed by dudes, for dudes. They're never baggy and they're never tight. Plus, they're so soft. You'll feel like you're wearing sweatpants. And they're available in any color you could ever want. Plus, they look outstanding. And this winter, they're changing the game as the official sponsor of Warm Nuts. These new line, Doug, this new line of jeans, fleece, flannel, inside the jeans. Right inside there.
Right in
and making sure your acorns stay perfectly nice and toasty. This holiday season, give yourself or a loved one the ultimate gift of life-changing comfort. You can look great, feel even better, and stay warm with Muggsy. Here's the deal. Doug, you wanted the deal? Here's the deal.
Yes, please.
Use code TMA for 10% off your entire order with free shipping and free returns. Again, code TMA at Muggsy.com for 10% off your entire order with free shipping and free returns. Experience the life-changing comfort with Muggsy.
There
It's
it is.
back-to-back commercial spots where we talk about nuts and wood.
That's what the advertisers want, Doug. We give the people what they want.
You know, I got home yesterday, and guess what? Madison tried to surprise me and pull a fast one. Couldn't. Muggsy package right at my door.
Really?
I'm excited, but I
She
don't know.
ordered them for you.
Yeah, I don't know if it's pant, jean, a jacket,
Cashmere, joggers.
undies.
Take your
So I'm
pick.
excited. I'm excited.
Tim, do you get as many emails as Iggy gets DMs every day? That's from the 314. I mean, I get a lot of emails, but they're not like from guys on the fan page. I don't think. And I feel like that's who communicates with you, but I don't know. I don't know what your DM situation is.
A lot of people from the fan page.
They slide right in there?
Yeah. Well, I asked yesterday because I changed my unboxing. I was going to do one a day, the 12 days of unboxing. But I started thinking about it. Even if I got 24 things, which I probably won't, but if I did, that's only like 2 a day. Okay, bye. So I just decided, whatever I get, I'm opening it on the 23rd. I'll do one unboxing live on the 23rd.
Wow. What a treat.
And I said, I'm not putting my address out there again. If you're interested and I know you, so I put it on my Facebook page. If I know you and you listen to the show, DM me and I'll send you my address.
You're going to be backlogged on butt plugs. You're going to have, like,
off
for those forever, I feel like.
I didn't ask for anything. I said, just send stupid stuff. Now, if you feel like you want to send a Dillian Harper fleshlight, I won't deny it.
Who's got those? Who's got those hanging around the
certainly
house?
They're not giving me their stuff. They're buying things. You think somebody just had an extra dildo and butt plug laying around their house?
I just
and that's
don't
what
know.
they sent me?
This group of listeners, I just don't know.
Is adding a Dillian fleshlight to your Amazon wish list or box, or like because you could have access to your family's Amazon account. I think it'd be funny to Okay, you got your Fisher-Price toy. Oh, Badillion plushie.
So we'll see. But I'm going to do it all on the 23rd at 2 o'clock. Because then I have to go to my family Christmas on the 23rd.
Nice.
We're doing 2 Christmases this year. 23rd and 25th.
Oh, are you?
So my whole family can watch me unbox.
Well, sure they can. You think
butt
they
plugs. I don't know. I know my niece used to watch them. She thought they were hilarious.
will? It's not uncomfortable for you that your family sees you do this, though?
Why?
Well,
they know it's part of the show.
He gets the Badillion fleshlight unboxed and then takes a 5-minute break.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
Talk amongst yourselves.
It's not uncomfortable at all.
I'll go check this out real quick to make sure it's real. I'll come back.
Begging for Christmas presents on the radio. Not pathetic at all. That's from Harrison's brother, Master.
Listen, masturbator. You all took the poll. Y'all came in here and said, Iggy, would you do an unboxing? And I said, I'm not going to say yes. Take a poll. If people want me to unbox, I will. And it was like 78 to 20, whatever it was, 22.
So you're forced to beg for presents.
No, I'm not begging for presents. I said, make them stupid.
Oh.
I even said on my thing, don't buy anything expensive.
No, they should.
Make it pervy and as stupid as you can. So I'm not asking for anything. I'm just doing what the listeners wanted.
Oh.
You think I just do them on? Hey, I want some gifts. Let's do an unboxing again.
Yeah.
I never asked for this.
Oh, I thought you wanted the gift.
But I do what they ask me to do.
Sure.
Take care of the listeners. That's why I'm going to Jamaica.
Because
Wow.
of the listeners.
For the listeners.
You're doing the listeners a favor
Wow.
by taking this free
Well, if
vacation.
I had said no, Lisa Ann doesn't go. And I know they all want Lisa Ann to be in Jamaica, so I said, well,
Well, she may still have gone.
She's going to be in St. Louis today, Jack. She's going to be in St. Louis today. Jamaica in a month and a half with us.
Mm-hmm.
Doug, I mean, we're traveling. This is a traveling band here.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
most of us, I think, are looking forward to it.
Absolutely. I can't wait.
Well, Iggy's still not sure that it's a
no,
it's a
I've
trip
made
he wants to be making.
no secrets about it.
No, we haven't really.
I'm going. Once I get there, we'll have fun. But I just
Right.
don't.
It's a travel, it's a flight, it's a customs.
It's a long trip for 2 days, 3
It's
days.
not 2 days.
3 days.
I know, we're saying 2 days as if
5.
like
Saturday,
5,
Sunday,
like Autumn
Monday,
lived in
Tuesday,
You don't
Wednesday.
count
Crystal
Saturday.
City.
What do you mean you don't count Saturday?
Well, by the
That's-
time you get there, you're going to be in the hotel. You eat and go to bed.
Wow.
Count that as a day?
Doug, do you count that as a day?
well, kind of, yeah.
Okay, well, you count it as a day. I don't.
Well, I don't think we're going to get there, at 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
That's I think it'd be perfect. We get there at 4 p.m. I'm ready to roll.
Pony.
Yeah.
I'm going to literally carry
Jackson's
a
going to have
backpack.
Lisa Ann as his wing person. I think he is going to score beautiful lasses. I am going to try to set up Sapphic play, as I'm always doing, and I'm always succeeding. And I'm going to enjoy some Hennessy. Cavassier, VSOP.
Is that right?
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. Just like everybody else in the pool, I'll be drinking Cavassier.
Right out the bottle, too.
Right out the bottle. That's what I'll be doing.
They all these places have top shelf. They don't just, if it's, people think when they say all inclusive, you're getting like rot gut bourbon, and no, it's all, they have top shelf.
We sell rot gut.
Rot gut, man, I like that term. Guys, this year for Christmas, I would like to buy Ken the gift of self-awareness on this whole I'm only going on an all-expenses-paid vacation with Lisa Ann only as a favor to the listeners thing. That's from Carlos Spicy Meter.
It is. I'm being serious.
You've really bent over backwards to please them on this one.
I mean, this goes above and beyond.
It's a heck of a sacrifice.
I think if you go back and listen to the tape on Monday, I asked Tim, if I don't go, would Lisa Ann still go?
And I texted her, and then she called into the show on her own.
And if the answer would have been, yeah, I'll still go. If you don't go, then I wouldn't have gone. You still get Lisa Ann down there for 3 days.
And then you got KG and O-Town.
Why wouldn't she have gone if you didn't go? She could still going to stay with Jackson.
I don't know. She said no. If she'd have said yes, I said, then I don't need to go.
You were the one who said you went to Jesse with this exact idea. That's from Mr. Licks and Doug's. I yelled because he typed it in caps.
I see.
Yeah, I did. I'm being honest. It's a 3-day trip.
It's like 5.
God almighty.
Monday,
What are you
Tuesday-
counting? Friday packing counts as a day for you?
It's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, back on Wednesday.
Oh, so you're counting getting up at
5
5 in the
days.
morning to leave for the airport on Wednesday as a day.
Well, that's
Well,
the
if the
day
day
that we're going to be
started.
down there, yeah.
Well, you're just, I don't know how you figure things out.
I count the days that we're gone. That's basically how I do it.
So if you just get up in the morning, go straight to the airport, that counts as a day.
Stephen Wildwood's losing his mind. He's still complaining about this holy, and then he uses the S word. He's like a teenager sometimes. That's Stephen Wildwood.
No, if I was a teenager, I'd be gung-ho for this trip.
Why?
I'm not, because
You can't drink when you're a teenager.
Well, if you get in this resort, you'll be drinking.
Sitting on an airplane's not really a big inconvenience, is it? It's not really a horrible experience.
No.
Just kind of mellow out, read something, go to sleep.
I don't mind flying.
I'm gonna have my Chili's potato skins.
Nice.
You
reward yourself a cruise
cruising out to dip them in sour cream.
Nice.
Really make a scene.
Nice.
Yeah, take your shoes off too and put your bare feet up on the thing while you're eating. That'll be great.
I'm really going to enjoy it.
I hear all kinds of stories about people misbehaving on airplanes, and when I fly, I really don't see it.
I don't get why people do. That's the worst place ever to get arrested. If you want to get arrested, just run around like a hooligan when you get to your destination.
Yeah.
You don't want to deal with air marshals and like being escorted out in front of thousands of people and
we saw that video from United. They will beat your ass before they drag you out of the plane.
They'll tie you up to the chair and like tape your mouth shut. It's no rules. Why would you do that?
Texas rules, Doug. That's what
they dragged that one guy up by his feet. He was a bloody mess.
Hey, this week Friday night is pizza night. JJ Twiggs, Southampton. Get the TMA special: cheddar, chicken, pineapple, and pepper and genie. $10 for a 12-inch thin crust. $12 for a double-decker. Friday night is pizza night. This is at JJ Twiggs, Southampton. Not every JJ Twiggs. JJ Twiggs, Southampton. Think about it. Boy, the texts are coming in fast and furious. Not happy with Iggy. What if we got Learn to Go instead of Iggy? It would kill him. That's from the 314.
It wouldn't kill him because she was sitting in here last week. We were talking about it. And when I said I didn't want to go, and I said, you can go in my place.
What'd she say?
I said, I'll do your show. You go in my place, I'll do your show.
Well, what if it didn't have to mean that you did her show? What if she just took your place?
Marty Link wouldn't let me do her show anyway, but no, if she went, I'd be happy if I didn't go.
Instead of you?
Went, yeah.
So is that offer on the table?
The listeners would be happy that Learn was down there. I'm sure you guys would love Learn being down there. I would not be missed at all.
Oh, my God. Doug, what is this? I feel like we got to have a counseling session here.
I don't know where this is coming from.
I'm answering a text.
I want you to go because you're my friend, but also this whole thing about you doing it for the listeners is great. So I want that to keep happening.
Yep.
So I'm
being honest.
I want you to go.
It's one of the greatest sacrifices I've ever heard of.
Look at caller Buzz says, "Thank you, Mr. Iggy, for doing this for us. We all appreciate your sacrifice."
You're welcome.
That's caller Buzz.
You're welcome. And you got my vote for tomorrow too. But
wow, just like that.
It doesn't
I'm a
take
little
much.
bit harder to buy, but
Doesn't take much. But
don't take much.
It doesn't.
Don't take. Is that how you say it? Don't take much?
No, you'd say it doesn't.
Tim, that picture of you up on stage with Riz is the hottest thing. I've used it twice already.
Oh.
Doug, have you used that picture of...
I don't even know what they're talking about.
I didn't even know if
I didn't know that
you
there
or
was
not.
a picture of... Let me tell you something about the toast for Jeff last night at the pageant. It was packed. I was BSing with Iggy before the show, and I said, how many does the pageant hold? And this is a Tuesday night, man. Yeah. And you thought, what, 1,800, 2,000?
You can pack 2,000 in there, but I think it's 1,800.
God almighty, Tuesday night. That is a hell of a tribute to Jeff Burton. And those guys on that show, Riz, Patrico, Moon, King Scott, I know they worked their asses off on that thing. And they had the Urge playing. I was just talking with Tim Convey in the hallway, and he stayed, but didn't stay through the Urge because obviously he gets up early and does a show like we do. Who else was there? Blue October... Greek Fire, Moon's band played. Moon injured his calf in the middle of the performance.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know, he just texted me just now. The thing is still hurting. I think he jumped in the calf strain. Got a calf strain. In the first song, too.
Yeah.
But it was incredible. It was a pony, too.
And Scott Gherkin's band came.
Yes, I saw Scott Gherkin, who I hadn't seen since the Cavaness days.
Basically out of retirement, he came and their band played.
Yeah, he was like, man, my voice is hurting. I go, like, I don't know. Would you rather have your voice hurt or your calf hurt? Because Moon can't walk. I can't do that like I used to. That was something. I mean, but it was packed.
Well, they showed the picture, which was like the back of the stage facing the pageant, and that's when you could kind of see two decks of just. I mean, it was wall to wall.
Yeah, I felt bad. I had tickets. I planned on going. I really did, and I started working on this. For a golf tournament next year, and we have like 5 bids, and we're going through all the numbers. And
What?
the next thing I knew, I looked at it's like 7:30. I said, "Oh my God, I forgot all about it."
Well, I was texting with Jackson during the day. Did you guys go to the Hubbard holiday party?
I didn't find out about that till yesterday, so I was a little late.
I still didn't. I still didn't get the email.
Jackson, it sounds like you're confused.
I wasn't invited.
I got an email yesterday.
It went out to the Hubbard staff. Everyone got invited.
I didn't get the email, so I assumed they didn't.
I got it yesterday. No, it's not that they were trying to keep us out of it. I didn't get it till yesterday, and I didn't.
I have an email right here. The entire Hubbard staff in November telling us.
Am
about
I
this.
in there? Can you look?
Hubbard staff means everyone who works here.
I thought there was a separate HD2 party in the parking lot.
That's right.
HD2 party. I'll be behind the dumpster tomorrow night. You'll see me. But I had to get the root canal yesterday, and I'm like, there's no way. And then I was thinking, because that was my second one, and since 2019, and Doug, we were talking about it. Growing up, you hear a root canal is like the worst thing. I don't know what happened, but now they're kind of at nothing.
Anesthesia.
A cavity is actually more painful. I think.
It just didn't really. I mean, they inject the top of your mouth with anesthesia
and drill down through the tooth.
I guess
into the nerves.
Oh yeah, my
then,
nerve was dead. He goes, not to be too gross, but
Yeah.
it looked like a little gerbil had been in my.
A gerbil. Usually they hollow out the nerve and then they fill that with.
I mean, I can feel it right now while talking, but I wanted to go to that thing. Jackson said it was a good time.
I had a really good time.
But I wanted to make sure, because Riz asked to go to the tribute to Jeff, and we all shot a video last week. The dais here did, and I'm like, yeah, let's, hopefully I'll be able to do it. And I was like, man, by 3:00, I'm like, Jackson and I were texting. I'm like, I feel fine. And I had a root canal a few hours earlier. It's just a totally different world than it was, because it seems like for like our parents, getting a root canal was.
Oh yeah, you put that off as long as you could.
The worst, but I wasn't even thinking anything of it. But now, I mean, I feel it now, but it's not like it's super painful. But anyway, point being, Jeff Burton was a great guy.
Yep.
Great guy. That is not just saying it because he's gone. And for them to put an event like that together on a Tuesday night and to pack the pageant with, I would guess, around 2,000 people. What a tribute. And what a great job by everybody here at Hubbard and those guys on the Riz show, because I know they worked their ass off. I mean, that wasn't like, hey, Riz, it's your time to go out and talk now. It was Riz, Patrico, and Moons performing, and King Scott were all right there kind of running the event, in addition to a bunch of people from Hubbard. They were active on it, so big time tip of the cap. And there was a bunch of people there from, the stations. Good time. And I guess people were having a good time, but getting up early, I bolted at 9:15, and I would have loved to have had a little pony. We'll have a little pony tomorrow. We'll have a little pony tomorrow. Okay. My little pony.
All right.
Yeah, I think Liv was.
I saw Liv right when I was getting ready to leave. I saw her walking in.
Yeah, I think she posted something at like 1:15.
Yeah, I have a feeling it was a pony.
Still in the Hulu, it's a Halo bar. Still doing video from there at like 1:15. So. A lot of people there late, hanging out, having a good time.
God bless. Yeah, the boys are off today.
Yeah, Hubbard does it right.
Amen. But you didn't get a chance to go to the Hubbard holiday party because they didn't send out the invite until yesterday.
No, actually, yesterday.
I didn't even. I still.
I got it Monday. I got it Monday.
November 10th.
Well, I got mine Monday.
Wait. They invited us on November 10th?
Correct.
Oh, then I probably did get it. I need to save stuff.
Well, I mean,
way better than what
I'm
I
not blaming anybody. I'm just saying. And it was an afternoon, right? 12 to 4, something like that?
Yeah.
Jackson at a Papa Shot contest?
Yeah, this place had like 1,000 different arcade games, including some really cool views.
Oh, it was at Main Event. Right?
Yeah, Main Event. Right by Topgolf there. It was great.
I had another doctor's appointment.
Nice.
Every time something comes up, well, let me check. Yep.
Doctor's appointment?
Another doctor's appointment.
That can be a pony.
It was not that much of a pony.
Put on the gown.
It really
Doug,
wasn't.
And cough.
They had this, we played laser tag. I had a good time. I like doing that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Arcade games are legit.
That Main Event is a cool place.
Yeah,
great for birthday parties.
Yeah.
Classic middle school hangout on the weekends.
Like a real 10-foot hoop that you could play Papa Shot on.
Yeah, it's got nice bowling alleys. Yeah, it does well out there.
Were you there?
Sounds like they need to put a Carl's
doctor's
in there.
appointment.
Yeah, it's a perfect spot for a Carl's.
No, at least they had a party. It'd be the first one I've gone, first holiday party, staff party I've gone to in like 6 years.
That's really when your time is short.
Yeah, the only one
Big,
been
big
invited
party,
to.
you want to go? No, doctor's appointment. Can't miss it. Can't be too far from my doctor.
Coxie wants to know if there will be reserved seating for nominees tomorrow.
No.
Not to my knowledge.
No, you just sit in the back like everybody
Yeah,
else.
like don't show up. Don't show up.
Don't be grumpy.
Don't show up early. We're not. You just sit. If
Just sit there and be quiet.
If you win, you got a minute.
Now we got VIP passes, but
But he doesn't.
no, you're in the back.
And what time does it start? 7?
7 p.m., brother. I'm legitimately looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It really is.
They
I
should
always
have
look
sold
forward
like.
to our team events. It's always good seeing our listeners.
Oh yeah.
Harpo's in Chesterfield. Is that like on Olives, that west of, or north of 64? Clarkson on the left, Olive on the right.
I've never been
Is it there? I haven't either.
Well, you got GPS, don't you?
I do. I just asking out loud if someone knew.
He got a phone call with a doctor. So he
Well,
can
if we tell you yes, she's still not going to look it up. You'll still put it on your GPS, won't you?
Well, I was just kind of, for the listener, I do it for the listeners, kind of like how you make Jamaican trips. If the listeners want to know where it is, I thought, oh, yeah, here's where it is.
Well, just north of 40 on Olive.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You just
That's by Faust Park?
go right out here.
Yeah.
You get it, Doug. You know.
I think we might have. We're gonna see if we can arrange it that our older son can spend the night at the grandparents. My younger son goes to bed early. Anna Maria and I will Uber and just have a pony.
Oh, will you?
A P-O-N-Y. Well, I mean, after I'm done pleasuring 28 guys behind that dumpster, I'm gonna want a libation. I think I've earned a libation at
Probably,
that point.
A couple of 3.
Thank you.
Here comes Anna Marie with like a bag of peas, putting it on your forearm, patting your
Yeah,
forehead.
I mean,
with a
at this
towel.
point, my right hand is so trained, but they bring my left into play as well. And it's going to be cold out there.
Yeah.
You look like a pitcher after a start at the press conference.
Absolutely. Oh, it's going to be hot, though.
I'm going to try to have maybe a heated blanket and maybe get some beet juice and chase it with some Metamucil, something like that.
It's a hot toddy.
I'll be swinging from the chandeliers, fellas.
Off the beet juice.
Hey, if you are looking for a way to regain energy, if you're putting on weight and you feel like that is something that hadn't been going on before, if you're feeling anxious, feeling moody, or irritable, check out Mentality today at lowtusa.com. I checked them out. I went out there, as a matter of fact. Mentality is a local healthcare facility specifically dedicated to helping men feel and perform at their very best. When you feel like you don't have the energy or drive to keep up with your kids after work, if you could just feel like you did 5 or 10 years ago so you can be present with your family, be the father, husband, and friend you know you can be, well, that's where Mentality can help. The normal range for testosterone is large. If you've been to a doctor and they told you that you were normal without understanding the range or testing your free testosterone, it was not fully looked at. Come get checked with Mentality. Online at lowtusa.com. Coming up at 9 o'clock, Jeremy Rutherford is going to join us on Balloon Party at 10:15. Darren Pang will join us, and we are hoping to have Derek Gould or John Denton with us from the winter meetings coming up on 101 ESPN. Because I got $20 out there with Mr. Licks that the Cardinals will either sign Contreras or trade for Murphy or one of the Blue Jays catchers by 7 p.m. And I just had to walk in. And I'll be honest with you, Doug. Was it professional? No. But I threw $20 at Jackson. That's how I pay my bets. I throw it.
Really? Make him pick it up.
That's what I did.
This will break Licks if he loses.
You think if he loses $20, he will be in a state of bankruptcy?
Yeah, he'll be in trouble.
Well, Mr. Licks was interviewed by KG in O-Town. This KG in O-Town's doing Yahweh's work. And he has interviewed not all the candidates who are up for awards, but Mr. Licks is up for 4. Doug, would you like to hear KG in O-Town and Mr. Licks?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Take a listen.
I think so. Hit the lever, Plowsy. All right, hit the lever.
It is my pleasure at this time to be joined by the only 4-time nominee in TMA Awards history. This year he's up for Best Caller of the Year, Worst Caller of the Year, Worst Take of the Year, and Rookie of the Year. It is my pleasure to be joined by the one, the only, Mr. Licks. Mr. Licks, thank you for joining me.
Well, thanks for having me, KG. In my opinion, Hubbard needs to hire you ASAP. I don't know why they're being so tight with money right now. You'd think they lived in Orson Woods or something.
Oh, for heaven's
But
sake.
first, I
None of
want
your
to thank
business.
him. I don't think he gets enough credit for what he does for this show, for the excellence he brings every second of every day.
I agree with him.
I want to thank Jackson for the 4-time nomination and the 10 minutes he spent putting the nominees together. I want to thank my friends at Old Warson, St. Louis, Belle Reeve, The Log.
The Log.
And of course, thank you to Iggy for recharging the batteries last week. I think that's something we all needed.
Now, I don't even make an attempt to hide the fact that I'm a huge Mr. Licks fan. I love each and every one of your calls. I love your delivery. I love how you just really sink your teeth into Iggy each and every time. You leave him speechless. Sometimes he even gets up and leaves the studio. What is it about Iggy that made you decide that he was going to be the focal point for most of your calls?
Well, I have nothing but love in my heart for Iggy. I have my three-quarter zip zipped all the way up to my chin in his honor. We all know by now that he's the one who turned me on to Cheryl Dilcher. I like to think I more so just make observations about Iggy. You know, there's a Pepper and Jeannie episode a few weeks back where they briefly broached the topic of how to stay warm in the winter. And we're all still anxiously awaiting that full episode, by the way. And Iggy actually said that he used to put a hot pan in his sheets when he was a kid to stay warm. And I'm pretty sure he just saw them do that on Outlander and thought it'd be funny if he passed it off as his own story.
Yeah, that's true.
This man is a content machine. And I just do my best to keep up with his hilarious wit.
Well, there you go. There's a
Now, Mr. Licks, while I am a huge fan, I have to tell you, I strongly disagree with one of your main takes, and that take is on Pepper and Jeannie. I'm a huge Pepper and Jeannie fan. I listen every day. I've been lucky enough to guest host the podcast at times. But I have a hypothetical for you, sir. If you were in charge of programming and you were tasked with making some improvements to Pepper and Jeannie, what improvements would you make to make the podcast more listenable?
4 things. First, put literally 1 ounce of effort into getting a sponsor. I think it'd make Pepper and Jeannie try just a little bit harder. Second,
wrong.
Guests. When it's just the 2 of them, it's usually just them talking about what they're going to do that day. And I don't need that kind of depression in my life. Third, let Plowsy pick the topics. He stated multiple times this week on Pepper and Jeannie while Iggy was out that he prefers to have no topic and just riff, which I think would be incredible. But Iggy doesn't allow that. And lastly, when you have a guest on, don't climax during the interview.
No.
Somebody has
It's
an
weird
orgasm?
and uncomfortable for the listeners.
There it is. The man, somebody experienced orgasm during Pepper and Jeannie.
It was Maitland Warren talked dirty to me and Iggy, and we both just, we just kind of fell into our
I said
chairs
keep
like
going, and
Play-Doh.
Fozzie said, "Can I give you my credit card now?" I don't think any of us climaxed.
I don't know, you could tell there was a guttural moan from one of us, or or something. We definitely were intrigued.
Well, this Licks has thought it out, though. He's thought ways to help you.
Well, look, we have nothing to do with sponsors, and 2,
Well, you should.
if we had
You can
sponsors,
get a sponsor.
if a sponsor sponsored the show, they know what the show's about, so we're not going to change the show.
Oh.
But we have a sponsor now. We better take it seriously.
Well,
that ain't happening.
That isn't happening.
And 2, you know, I asked Plowsy if he wants to pick topics, and he says,
What's he say?
Sometimes he comes up with one, and if not, we just come up with one as we're coming up the steps to do the show.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of when I was doing the changing station with Cucky. It was from 11 p.m. to midnight on Fridays, so obviously a very popular program.
Right, good
but we
time
were
slot.
we were told by management
Shocked it was
after
open.
a month and a half of our first episode with Deke, like deep throating a banana on radio. It wasn't even on video. But they said they wanted it to be more sports oriented. That wasn't our game.
No, not you.
We did it, and then we were canceled the next week. So we tried.
How did the canceling of the changing station take place? I'm going to bet via email.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, or like some 2-minute voicemail rambling, which are even better because those are saved forever.
Yeah.
It's like a mini sound story.
My phone is a hotbed of activity.
That's kind of like Biff and Show. Biff and Show.
Still.
I know.
Biff and Show got an email saying no more porn stars, and then an email saying
no more Biff and Show.
Yeah.
We got something else we're putting in that time slot.
Yeah, changing station rock.
Which never happened, but.
So you guys really don't think there's any improvements necessary on Pepper and Jeannie?
No. Well, what
the show is what it is, and that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we try. It's
Look,
on
if
air.
I got taken off the air tomorrow, do you think we'd care?
Oh, I think you'd have your feelings hurt.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't care.
We're not doing one today, and I said, thank God.
Oh, you guys aren't doing it?
No, I'm taking off right after the show. But yeah, so that Yeah, Pepper and Genie, I think it.
Well, the difference Pepper and Genie and Biff and Show is that Pepper and Genie isn't really on the air. It's a podcast.
What do you mean?
Biff and Show was an afternoon drive show.
Yeah, that was actually on the air, part of the station programming.
Well, they took us money for a period of time, and I got paid for a period of time, and I guess had something more lucrative come up. I don't know what that could have been.
No, I can't imagine any show making more money than Biff and Show.
Probably.
Well, they were
Bob
paying
Vila
for it.
to a radio program.
Biff was paying for it. I don't know what they put on after that was actually getting money out of.
Nothing.
You know, this is Best Hot Dog in St. Louis show. I don't know what was on after us, but they took Biff off because we were talking to too many porn stars.
It all comes back to a hot dog, whether it's a hot dog topic or a stand.
Guys, I've decided Licks is the GOAT. That's from Todd Reesing. Doug, you remember him from Armageddon at Arrowhead?
Kansas quarterback. Yeah.
He was good. That was a funny. He gave Iggy a lot of praise, though.
Yeah,
I was kind of
I mean,
surprised.
was that a face turn for Mr. Licks?
Yeah, I kind of changed my mind a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he wasn't as mean as he usually is.
Might he get your vote?
I don't know. It's a secret vote, Doug.
Oh, that's right.
Can't tell anybody.
No, shouldn't.
Now, tomorrow's Pepper and Genie. We may ask Lisa Ann if she can just hang in for a few minutes, and she'll already be in studio.
Nice.
Maybe Lisa Ann.
Yeah, maybe.
We may not.
Yeah. She may have had enough after 3 hours.
Yeah, she's going to be 3 hours in the studio with us tomorrow.
Well, I mean, if you got a chance to be on Pepper and Genie, I mean, you almost can't pass that up.
Probably be the biggest thing that she's done to date.
I mean,
in her
what
career.
other chance is you going to have for that?
Yeah, not many. Once in a lifetime opportunity.
Where, period, is, period, Maddie, period, dreads, question mark, 314.
Yeah.
You know, we do have to, like, actually work on people's, like, actual schedules. I mean, it's not as if, like, he's doing literally nothing, waiting by his phone, going, man, I can't wait to hop onto this St. Louis podcast. So I talk to him almost every day. Me and Maddie
If you're
Dreads
talking to him every day, why don't you just talk to him while we're doing the show?
Well, it's via text, and you're at home, and I'm at home, so it's not like I can just...
We already said that I'd come back in and do it.
Can't you just
it's a
record
30-minute drive for me, though. What's up?
Can't you just record it sometime and then play it back?
I'm not doing it on my phone, no. It just sound... If I'm doing that interview, I'm actually going to do it in, like, an actual studio to actually record it on a program.
Could you do a Zoom, record a Zoom call?
No,
and
it's
play
gonna
that back?
it's gonna be in studio. Now, if he has a female, I may have to do 2 phone lines, depending on if she's.
Oh, he's going to have like a starlet join you?
He's 100% gonna have a starlet on that.
Really?
Is confirmed. He won't tell me who it is or if I would know the person. I mean, Iggy may have a better knowledge of who it is than I am. Whenever I
Probably
get that.
not, because I don't even know who he is.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying.
But he
works
deals with
like,
Doug. He only deals with the best of the best in the industry.
I wouldn't say the best. The best. He did start up as like finding those young up and comers that ended up turning out to be huge, and you build that
You
rapport.
mean he
with
was in
those.
charge of kidnapping the young girls who were runaways?
No, it's called recruiting.
Oh.
It's something Mizzou has not yet been.
Oh no! It went back to drink at 8:53.
It had to. When you talk recruiting, it had to. Sorry, Jackson.
Did you have a shirt I saw on our Instagram yesterday that said "We are bowl bound" or something like that?
Apparently, Jody texted or emailed me the other day saying I had a package here. I'm like, that scared the hell out of me. Just immediately, I get
Anthrax and
like sweats.
everything,
Like, yeah, I'm thinking this is not going to be good. So I waited a couple days just to make sure, and then I went and got it. I remembered on air, and they wanted to do the unboxing, and so I was like, okay. So I unwrapped it, and it was a beautiful, like one of those light hoodies, almost like a sun shirt type of feel to it, like you wear on a golf course. Had a hoodie on it and said 2022 season, bowl bound, and it had the big Tiger logo on
Did somebody make it as a joke, or was this
It
something that
looked
Missouri's really selling?
It was, I don't know if Missouri's really selling it. It came from a legit company and not an actual person. The company was sourced out in South Carolina. So that's how and it was a company name attached to it. So that's why I assumed that it was not just a person sending it from their house,
Probably
but
a legit
ordering
thing
it.
that they're selling.
Yeah. And it looked actually like legit material. So this is not like, usually if you make faux, fake kind of, they're knockoff.
I thought you might wear it
material.
today.
It's in the wash. I had to shrink it down a size. But I'm actually excited to wear it because it's really comfortable.
It's a comfortable shirt. And you're celebrating a great year.
It's bowl bound. Like, that is one of the funniest. Like, if it is real, again, I'm not for sure if this is a parody or if this is made. Or, I mean, if those are real, that program had just stepped back 5 or 6 years.
Mr. Licks is not happy. He says, I would like the second half of my interview to be played. Some important things were said. That's from Mr. Licks.
We don't have time here.
Yeah. We gave you 3.5 minutes as a platform.
Lisa Ann literally said on Monday that she doesn't want to do Pepper and Genie. Don't push it, Ken. You almost pushed her overboard with demanding more fleshlights. That's from Scooter.
There's no pressure for Lisa Ann to do with Pepper and Genie tomorrow. None.
Maybe you could run the second part of the Licks interview on Pepper and Genie.
The jealousy Iggy was radiating when Plowsy got an unboxing could be felt through the radio. That's from the 573.
I didn't feel it.
You know, just F off.
Hey, come on now.
Seriously.
Come on, Leather.
I didn't feel it one bit.
Retired Air Marshal, this is in all caps, Doug, so I take that as he's angry.
Yeah.
Plowsy guaranteed Maddie dreads this week. Also said Maddie really wanted to do it and was free this week. Suck it, Hawk. Suck my Hawk. Get it like suck my... There you go.
Okay, you want the honesty? I'm lazy. Sometimes, setting these up are a little annoying, and me having to drive 30 minutes back and 30 minutes back again isn't nothing that I really want to do. So I'm hoping with the conversations that I'm able to land with him saying he'd wake up a little early when me and Iggy are here.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I don't want to... I mean, this isn't Ozzie Smith I'm interviewing here. No offense to Maddie Dread, but this is a porn producer. So it's not like...
I think I'm the most excited about it than anybody, listeners or hosts.
People are going to love it because he's going to have his starlet, and he is no filter type of guy, so he will certainly be as open and honest as, anything in his memory bank.
So your age? He's 31, 32?
He's 33. I'm older than him. Yeah, so he's 33. I'm only a couple months older than he is.
I must say, though, 8:30, 9 o'clock West Coast time really isn't early.
I agree. No, I'm with you. He is
and I don't know any directors that are filming porn scenes at 2, 3 in the morning. They usually do them in the morning, and they're done by 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
He's not doing any porn or anything. He loves to go out and party, loves to gamble, kind of loves the Vegas nightlife still, even though he's been there 10 years. So he kind of has it now ingrained that he doesn't go to bed till... in Vegas, if you go and you probably live there, he lives on the Strip. He does? Now he does. He sold his house. So he was
Lives in a hotel on the Strip?
Yep.
Does he? He lives in a hotel on the Strip?
Yeah, but he is in L.A. most of the time.
Maybe the station should fly you to Vegas.
Amen.
Put you up for 3 or 4 nights so you can get a really good interview.
Well, I could get a free room from him. They would just they would do the flight.
Why don't you go to the AVNs with Biff?
That's a commitment. I don't know a lot of the starlets, so I guess maybe that'd be better.
Either does Biff. It doesn't stop him from asking food questions.
A number of people are texting in that Maddie Dreads is made up. I don't believe Maddie Dreads is made up, for the record.
No, I mean...
bet against that.
I mean, I don't know what else to say. I went to high school with the kid. I mean, we visit him every year we're in Vegas.
What is his stag name? Does he have a stag name? How performance changed their names?
Oh, it's just Matty Dreads is what
is that right?
The industry knows it. Because he started out, he doesn't have dreads anymore, but he started out in the industry when he had really long dreads. For a really pale white guy, he had these long blonde, because he always had an afro. A big afro is what he typically had in high school. But he, moved down there and got into the dreads, and so they called him Matty Dread, the name of Matt.
What's his director's name? Is that what he goes by?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's not a performer, is he? I thought he was a photographer.
He's not a performer, no.
No.
But still, you have your nom de plume even as a producer, photographer as well.
Really?
I mean, people who want to hide it. He doesn't want to hide it now, but at the time, he wanted to be as secretive as he could. And even if he is behind the camera, he didn't want his real name out there.
Right.
I don't know what this means. Iggy being perturbed by the effort to make this interview happen is intriguing. That's from Scissor Me Timbers. Doug, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Me and Iggy are tight like glue, man.
Why am I perturbed?
Why you think Iggy cares one damn bit?
I'd forgotten all about it.
Me and Iggy we're always in a good place. We don't try to pressure each other into doing anything, and I think that's what works.
No, I mean, Maitland Ward, I was promised Maitland Ward. That took, 3 months to get done.
Yep. Brian Gross.
Yeah, I just waited until Brian said she can do it.
Well, you won't wait when you call Tommy Sabolka.
Nice.
VIP Auto Accessories is your one-stop full-service shop for all your auto accessory needs. They do van and truck upfitting for commercial fleet vehicles, and they provide graphic solutions for vehicles, retail office space, floors, windows, and more, and have a full array of public safety solutions, including for EMS and police fleets. Call Tommy Sabolka directly, 314-428-3900, or you can email him directly, tommy.cibulka@vipautoaccessories.com. VIP Auto Accessories. Munganass works with them. Design Air works with them. You should work with them as well. They're your one-stop shop for van and truck upfitting for commercial fleet vehicles. That's VIP Auto Accessories. Call Tommy Cebulka at 314-428-3900 or email him at tommy.cebulka@vipautoaccessories.com. Doug, you wanted to hear from him? You got it on the Steve Schmidt Kia North County phone lines. Mr. Licks is on the line.
How many times are we going to hear? We got a tape one and now a live one?
Yeah. Hey guys, I know too much Mr. Licks. I get it. I brief take though, if you allow me.
What the hell is it?
You're on it now, so the court is yours.
Am I on?
Yes, you're on, regrettably.
Okay, the Matty Dreads thing. One, I do question if he's real. But two, can we please set that up so that Tim can be a part of the discussion, please? If not, lead the discussion. Like, if not, just have him on Tim's podcast.
And why is that?
Well, this is like this could be a great interview, and I don't want us to mess it up.
Us? Like you said us.
Yeah, us.
Well, just the listening audience and we're all family.
Have you heard my porn? Have you heard my porn interviews?
Well, that makes everything better.
Well, don't you act like we don't know how to do it. I'd love to have Tim.
I heard the Maitland Ward
you act
interview.
like me and Plowsy don't know how to interview porn stars.
Yeah, we're good at it.
Well, the Maitland Ward interview was the one that you two have done, and it teetered on good. So.
Well, we'll take it.
Okay, well, Tim brings a sense of, like, professionalism, superior questions, superior opinions. Like, he can lead a discussion the right way, in the correct way. He gets us towards a great end result of an interview. It could be one of the best podcasts maybe ever.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it should be on Pepper and Genie. It should probably be on Tim's.
Why don't you quit sucking up for votes?
Well, I don't care if Tim votes for me or not. I just think he's great.
Okay, there we go. That's pretty much answered that question.
So now you're not going to vote for him.
We all think that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going back and forth.
Yeah,
with this
maybe we
guy.
won't vote for him.
Okay, well, I would just say, I just hope that Tim can be a part of it.
What are you doing in your car right now? We hear you shuffling around.
There's a lot of ruckus in your vehicle, Mr.
He's looking for change for his McMuffin.
Dude, Danny Mountain responds and retweets a lot of Matty Dreads. So if that kind of gives you a gauge.
Doug, does that help you?
Danny Mountain's a
know
freaking
what's going
kingpin, bro. That dude will just lay his hog anywhere and get a phone
Is that
call.
right? Really? Is he bigger than Manuel?
I think he's girthier.
Is that right? Well, I thought Manuel was the girthiest.
Danny Mountain got that.
Is that right?
Yeah. He was the one, Matty Dreads was the one that brought up that, to me, that Danny Mountain will just go private in a Snapchat story with the dude that'll pay him like $5,000 for like a D pic. Yeah, and he makes hundreds of thousands just by showing these creepy dudes all across the country with pictures of his
kidding
ring.
me.
Yeah, you can't
They
find
pay-
that anywhere.
Yeah,
on
they
the
pay
internet.
$2,000 to $5,000 per just for the
Just to
personalized
see his.
picture.
I mean, it's everywhere. Why would you, like Iggy's saying, why would you pay?
Because he may personalize it in a Snapchat, and so they can screenshot it and keep that forever. Literally, Danny Mountain makes bank just off of like 2 seconds in a bathroom. That's insane. I wish I could do that.
You can. You're
Hey,
a monster
Iggy.
hog. Oh, yes, Mr. Licks, you're still.
Forgot he was
Hey,
still on.
Iggy, how much money would it take for you to reveal your search history last week?
How much money?
Yeah, like if we raise like money to see
I
what.
love how he didn't put a total on it.
Oh, you don't have to give me money. I mean, Pornhub's
Oh,
in
you'll
there.
just share it?
X-Hamster's in there. A bunch of ASMR stuff's in there. I mean, it's no different than any
I
other
want-
week.
Just the volume was up.
Screen
Volume
time.
of trading up.
Screen time goes up 50%.
All right, well, I gotta go. Hey, Tim, whatever you're being paid, it's not enough.
Okay, that's enough.
Couldn't agree
Calm
more.
down.
You can hear the truck engine in the background. Get this mother effer
Yeah.
off the
He's
air.
an
That's from
Amazon driver.
Monsignor Grundle. No way Matty Dreads is made up. Plowsy has definitely emulated Iggy's laziness, but not his lies. That's from King Fupa.
It is laziness, but Iggy doesn't lie. Dude, Matty Dreads is 100% real. 100%. Love that guy.
Concord Caulk is not happy with the awards. Jesus Christ, Licks is insufferable, and you morons nominated him for 4 awards. I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
It's from the Concord Caulk. Doug, they are not going to be happy tomorrow night.
You can
they
hear
are not going to be happy
You can hear
tomorrow.
Licks in his truck. Is it possible that he's now taking over the job that Greg Warren had delivering potato chips.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought Little Debbie's. I couldn't have been sorry.
For the record, there's 5 of us that are part of the nomination group, and I did not nominate him for any award.
Look at that. Look at that.
For
So
the
I
record.
expect that means you won't be voting for him for anything.
Well, now he's one of the nominees, so I got to take everybody's body of work.
Body of work.
A lot of people are talking
What a
Kevin
loose
Miller.
term.
Doug, a lot of people are talking Kevin Miller.
But let's see. Kevin Miller had a couple of good months.
Oh, did he?
We forgetting about the first 10 months leading up to his wins?
Yeah, Matt
No,
body of work.
You got to look back.
Matt Carpenter. Don't get blinded by the 3 weeks of success.
Well, making a delicious drink should be easy and simple as pouring a glass of wine, and now it is thanks to Batch & Bottle's new ready-to-serve cocktails, all containing super premium spirits like the Hendrix Gin Martini, Glenfiddich Single Malt Manhattan, Raka Rhubarb Cosmo, and Monkey Shoulder Lazy Old Fashioned. Don't spend your next party in the kitchen shaking and stirring while your guests have a good time without you like a cock. Treat them and treat yourself to Batch & Bottle's premium ready-to-serve cocktails. Batch & Bottle premium pre-batch cocktails imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York. And if you are looking to get your waterproofing situation or foundation repair situation taken care of quickly, get it taken care of with Matt Ford and Brett Groman at Stratum Structural Systems, waterproofing and foundation repair. Think local, think Stratum, and they are local in Chesterfield, Missouri, and Columbia, Illinois, 314-620-8153. Known for their integrity and authority with over 5 decades of combined structural experience in basement waterproofing and foundation repair. Their areas of expertise include basement crack repair, foundation piering for settling homes, bowing or rotating wall repairs, basement waterproofing services like sump pumps, interior and exterior drainage solutions, egress window installation, concrete leveling, and downspout extensions. When you call 314-620-8153, let them know you're a TMA listener. You get $100 off your repair project with Stratum. Online at stratumrepair.com. Stratum Structural Systems. All right, we have Jeremy Rutherford coming up, presented by Mark Hanna, and we have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today at 9:45. It is a Cardinal ticket 5-pack. It's a 5-game pack that features tickets to 5 Friday night games, including games with the Yankees and Dodgers. So send your emails in. Another incredible prize. Get your Cardinals tickets at cardinals.com/promotions and cardinals.com. And I don't know what, Jackson, do you know the address on the ticket packages? I want to make sure I give that.
Cardinal.com/holiday.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Cardinals.com/holiday. What a prize for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Send yours in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. It all comes your way in the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. Jeremy Rutherford next. Send your 2-parters in for him. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Nothing says barbecue like Naven's Barbecue. Whether it's lunch, dinner, or a family gathering, Naven's Barbecue has an extensive menu for any palate. From slow-smoked Texas-style brisket to award-winning smoked chicken wings. All Naven's Barbecue is wood-smoked, and all their meat is from local and regional farmers. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook for daily specials and holiday meal packages. Stop by their location at the intersection of Grand and Arsenal in South City today for the best barbecue in the STL. Online at navensbbq.com. That's NAVINSBBQ.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I'm here with Ryan Kelly, and a lot of people are sitting there, Ryan, with that 2.5% interest rate. And so they need cash right now, but they don't want to mess with that first mortgage. Well, you have a solution for them here with a home equity line of credit.
Absolutely. Folks got a great rate over the last few years, but they know they have equity, and they could really use that home equity now to get caught up on bills and just to get through the month. And that's why the home equity line of credit is a perfect product. Visit thehomeloanexpert.com.
Whoever said there's nothing new under the sun hasn't been to the new Press Restaurant, located near Jefferson and 44 next to the Lucky Accomplice, and features the soon-to-be famous Smash Pizza. What's a Smash Pizza? It's a pizza stuffed with toppings, pressed, then topped with even more local farm ingredients. Located just 5 minutes from our baseball, hockey, and soccer venues, Press is open Thursday through Monday with daily specials 4 to 6, and they can cater your business lunch or dinner, with delivery available on Postmates and Uber Eats. Who says there's nothing new under the sun? Check out the new Press Restaurant today.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with James Carlton, who also happens to be my insurance agent. And I am telling you firsthand that your staff is on top of it right away.
Is there a team in St. Louis that cares more about their clients? And I'll double down that there's not. What we do on a daily basis is coach and educate our customers on available discounts and the appropriate coverage to match their needs.
I can tell you firsthand the best, and I'm so happy I made the switch. And when you switch, they do all the paperwork for you. It's James Carlton, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.com.
This is Tim McKernan here to tell you about Sound Story. Holidays are quickly approaching, and if you are looking for the perfect gift to give, you can find it at mysoundstory.com. And this week, Sound Story gift cards are 20% off when you enter promo code GIFT at mysoundstory.com. With Sound Story, you have the choice of Doug Vaughn, Action Jackson, or myself to interview your mother, or your father, or your grandmother, your grandfather, or yourself to record life stories and wisdom for all of your family. It's the kind of gift that you'll never regret giving. It's the rare gift that everyone will love, not just this year, but for years to come. Just go to mysoundstory.com to receive this holiday special discount of 20% off the cost of a Sound Story gift certificate by entering promo code GIFT. And you will be giving your family the gift of keeping your family's story saved forever. It's Sound Story. Promo code GIFT for 20% off this week at mysoundstory.com.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's sports talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Guess what? TMA is giving out end-of-the-year awards to TMA fans.
It's happening December 8th at Harpo's in Chesterfield.
And we'd like all of you to be there.
You think we're going to have an award for the most misshapen head?
Cool, man. Cool. But maybe we'll do most translucent skin, though.
How about the most perverted show member with bleached blonde hair?
You talking about me?
Yeah.
Well, off.
You ashen sweet potato.
This award ceremony is more about the listeners. Best texter, best caller, best emailer, or maybe we'll point out the worst caller and who should be listener of the year. It's the TMA End of the Year Awards, Thursday, December 8th at Harpo's in Chesterfield. By the way, former adult film actress Lisa Ann will be joining the event. Presented by Munganast St. Louis Acura and Munganast Alton Toyota. Better than ever for you, their customer. Who should win? Who will win? Who cares? Please bring a new and unwrapped toy for Annie's Hope on behalf of our good friend Jay Randolph Jr. And you get in for free.
Well,
My head's not bad.
I've never been
head's
blonde hair costs
I'm getting tanner. My hair's
Find out more at TMASTL.com. You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis, featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., and another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com, the most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience.
Well, let's put our golf where our mouths are.
Now,
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Welcome back, Ryan Kelly Morning After, Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. If you're watching on YouTube, Doug, you might notice that the great Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies is in the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Hello, Hansy.
What up, Hansy?
Good morning, everyone. It's so nice to be here.
Isn't it lovely?
It really is. It's I raised the seat this week.
Yeah. I
Iggy
don't think
likes
he's going to be happy
sit
about that.
low. Well, is he ever happy?
Not really.
The Jamaica trip really has some better.
Nothing's upset him more than that.
I've never come across anyone who's had something so perfect presented to him and he rejects it. I mean, he doesn't even want to acknowledge the rejection.
No.
And he doesn't realize the whole world is curious because every single one of us would trade places with him in a heartbeat.
Sure. Well, he's Eeyore.
I'll give him credit.
The nail in the ass. Yeah, that's accurate.
It's okay.
Mark Hanna presents the great Jeremy Rutherford every Wednesday here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. And Doug, the Blues got themselves a Jim Dandy of a W last night. Do you say out on the island? Do you say that?
I usually don't. I just say Long Island. I don't even know where their arena is now.
It's out by Belmont.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, I've not been there.
Yeah. Jeremy Rutherford right now here to talk to us about the arena. Good morning, JR.
Hey, morning. Morning, Mark. How you doing?
Great, man. Great. How are you?
Good, good. As always, thanks for sponsoring the segment. You should sponsor the 3-goal against period for the Blues.
Make a killing.
Like that, man. Get with the sales staff. Let's make this happen.
That's not a bad idea, man. I'm telling you, last night, JR, when I saw that news, you tweeted out that Krug would be out and a gentleman named Bruce Nevich would also be out. I thought, and I knew Grice was playing. Not that Bennington's been on a heat or anything. I thought to myself, oh my God, this thing is just like now it's in a death spiral. But they were able to, Doug, would you say they were able to stave anything off last night?
Staved off elimination.
Yeah, there you go. What went right last night to stave it off?
Yeah, first of all, I can't believe that all over the Blues social media they misspelled Bruce Nevich's name all night.
I don't like
that.
What's up?
Yeah, they need to get that cleaned up. What went right? Boy, I haven't answered this question in a long time.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the Blues showed another one of those proud victories. We're not going to be counted out, and I think they're in the third period, even though when things started to slide away with the 3 goals against. And if you guys haven't seen that stat, I'm sure maybe somebody's seen it on the social media. 8 straight games the Blues have allowed 3 goals against just in one period, and 16 times this season in the 26 games. So that streak continued last night to 8 straight, but the Blues were able to get a couple empty net goals there at the end. So, that's the thing what I've been saying here for the last week or so, guys, is that, I don't think this team measures up in a lot of areas, and when they're not playing well, that's certainly the case, but I still think there's a lot of pride in this group, and they wanted to be able to pull that one out last night after letting it go on the day before against the Rangers.
See, there's a story going around social media now on one of the NHL websites. I don't know how much validity you put into it. That says the Blues may be ready to really shake things up, and they may be tired of Jordan Bennington's act. You put any faith in that?
No, not too much. You know what? I used to back when they actually put legitimate journalists on these stories, but I think what happens here over the past 5 or 6 years is
fans are covering teams.
Fans are covering teams, Tim, and nothing against young people. I was young once and slapped together a bunch of crap and put it on the internet, but I think what happens is they see a big national headline, they see Jordan Bennington's in the news, and then everybody puts together their 5-paragraph story to get a click. So, do the Blues like what happened? No, Craig Berube, I thought, was pretty outspoken, saying that it needs to stop with Jordan Bennington. And I think they mentioned on the broadcast that he had a talk with Bennington and said, hey, let's not let the emotions get the best of us. And Jordan agreed, and so evidently they're in a pretty good spot there. Who knows? It could happen next week. That's the kind of guy he is when it comes to those emotions. But are the Blues tired of it to the point where they're going to move him? I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, I wonder, is that reaction, is it real, or is he doing it to fire up the team?
Yeah, it's a great question, and I've talked to him a little bit about it before. Yeah, it's a one-parter. This is great. I think that
I'm not done.
I think that a lot of times when you talk to Jordan Bennington, he does think about his image a lot, and a lot of times when you talk to him, he says it's part of the show. It's part of the show, and so I really do think he's image conscious. And when I say that, it's not that he is trying to avoid negativity. It's, hey, he's going to be who he is, and he's not going to care what people think. Now, last September when I had that sit-down with him, I said, now, what do you think about these people saying they're tired of that shtick? It's old. And he said, it is who I am, and it's always going to be there. So, does he sit there and plan it out before the game? I don't think so, but I think once it hits him that, hey, this is what I'm going to do, I don't think there's anything that's going to stop him.
Jeremy Rutherford, brought to you by Mark Hanna, 314-881-TMA5. So you can send in your questions, Doug. And you prefer that they're two-parters, you said?
I'd prefer they not be two-parters. Let's keep it to stick and puck.
What were you about to ask? I apologize. I cut you off.
I was wondering. It's clear when he goes into one of those rages that the fans love it. I just wonder what his teammates think of it.
Yeah, and you know what? I haven't had any teammates tell me that they don't like it, but I think it's probably gotten to the point where not all of them are too fond of it. I mean, you have a goalie trying to take out a Carolina Hurricanes player, Jordan Staal, behind the net, and then you're left to defend him. What if Braden Shen gets in a fight there and breaks his hand because Jordan Bennington's starting something there? And then with the fans, I've noticed, I don't know about you guys, a growing trend of people who are kind of getting tired of it too. And so hey, listen, this is a goaltender, came up, won the Stanley Cup, might have a statue out in front at the end of the day. So I think he can probably do no wrong. But I think when it comes to this and it continues, people watching it say, okay, come on, enough's enough.
JR, they seem like a team. This is the second part of the question. And it is on Hockey Doug. Good. They seem like a team that hasn't figured out their identity. They seem like some of the players are still of the 2019. They are a dominant team. Some of the players are trying to play desperate, and they can't get on the same page as to they really need to be desperate, though not everybody is moving in the same direction. Do you think there's any validity to that?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of teams fight that, not just the Blues, but we've seen that a lot in St. Louis, especially because they were one of those big, heavy teams, Ken Hitchcock, then Craig Berube comes in, and because they won that way. Like, whenever we talk about that 2019 team, we're talking about Barbashev, Sundqvist, and Steen a lot, and what they did. What happens is you start drafting guys, Robert Thomas, Jordan Kyrou. They're fast, skilled guys, and I think that the game starts to trend that way, and you see it a lot throughout the league too. And now all of a sudden you're becoming that team, but you don't quite have the Connor McDavids, the Nathan McKinnons, the Austin Matthews. You have your version of that, and these are really good players, not to take anything away from them. But now you want to be this skilled transition team, but do you have 3 or 4 lines that can do that? And so, to me, the way that Doug Armstrong's built this team has always been the sum of its parts. We saw it last year with 9 20-goal scorers, Mark. And so I think when I watch a Blues game these days, you got Kyrou and Thomas doing their thing, and then you got another line trying to come in and be heavy and weighty. And I think it does. It creates a situation where it's, what are the Blues? What are they? And if we don't know, sometimes I think they don't know. Yeah. And when the GM is coming out saying the same thing, I think there is a loss of identity there.
Jeremy Rutherford with us, presented to you by Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies, who is with us in studio. Let's go to some of the two-parters before we let JR go. Number 1, if Binnington can't get the emotions in check, is Brett Johnson on Army's short list? And number 2, you check out Ken's Dump It in the Crock Pot and Voila pot roast yesterday. Doug, that's from Carlos Spice. Is that what it was called? Dump It in the Crock Pot and Voila?
I got to taste some of that. I'll try anything.
He found it on Pinterest.
I did miss the show. I was busy doing a mailbag yesterday, so I'll have to hit the rewind on that. And, hey, with Brent Johnson, I remember years and years ago I was not covering the Blues, and a friend knew Brent Johnson, and we went out to his house after the Blues game. So you get out there about 11 or 12 o'clock at night. This is a team that lost the game 2-1, and he's sitting in the hot tub, I think in his birthday suit. There was about 20 people out there with a stogie. So Brent Johnson, a competitive guy, but after a 2-1 loss to the Winged Wheel, sitting in the hot tub with the stogie. So I don't know that that's the guy that Doug Armstrong.
JR, number 1, do you think we miss a Maroon/Reeves type of player? And second question's for Mark. If you make a financial exchange involving the return of a couple of cheap, ill-fitting polyester sweaters, do you torture radio listeners with an inane, meaningless, and long-winded retelling of said financial exchange? That's from Minute Bowl eligible.
No doubt on part 2.
Yeah. No doubt. Yeah, this is the only interview where I always have to actually write down while you're talking what the questions are, so I can keep the things straight here.
Nobody's listening.
Let's go back. Nobody's listening.
Exactly.
Let's go back to Reeves and Pat Maroon. Yeah, I think right after the Stanley Cup they missed Maroon. It would have been nice to see him come back, of course. And who would have thought that he'd still be playing 3 or 4 years later and winning the Cups? Yeah. Do you go out and get a guy like that now? I don't think so. I don't know that that's what the Blues are missing. They're just missing guys putting the puck on each other's stick and skating like they can skate. So I think that's the situation. But sure would be nice to have one of those guys back, because they sure do make the locker room fun.
Let's see. One more for you, Mr. Rutherford here. Yeah. Please ask JR what we're going to do with Colton Parayko's 8-year contract. Doug, what are we going to do with Colton Parayko's 8-year contract?
Yeah, what do you think, Doug?
I'm just looking at their
defense. What are we going to do?
They've given up 100 goals already this year. There's only a couple of other teams in the league that have given up 100 goals, and most of the team, like Winnipeg's given up 61. So the defense has been probably the main reason why they're in the situation they're in.
Yeah, it's been tough, and you ask about Colton. We touched on him in the mailbag at the Athletic today. Somebody asked about trade, like with Toronto. William Nylander has been a really good player. I think with that 8-year contract, it's tough. Like there, I think would be interest around the league in a guy like Colton Parayko just because how well he can skate, get up and down the ice. But when it comes with that 8-year deal, I mean, do you get married when it's attached to an 8-year commitment? You have to stay together for 8 years, Tim?
I don't necessarily believe you do. I think there are outs, and if not, you can go to Harpo's tomorrow night, and I will service you behind the dumpster.
Oh.
So that's just a little out that a lot of marriages now have. If you read the fine print, yeah, Mark's nodding. He knows about these clauses.
Yeah. Hey, can I tell you about another text I got today? You're sending me all these texts.
Sure.
So it started out a good day, guys. It really did. And then I get a text, and
come on this show.
Yeah, it was from Jackson. I get so bummed out. Yeah. You look at the text, and you know how before you can even see the message, you see who it's from. Well, it's from Kerber and Chase. It's like, this can't be good.
Oh yeah.
Like
Here we go.
These guys,
Absolutely.
These guys don't reach out and say happy birthday or good story, right? They if they're reaching out. So if you know, there was an earthquake, a small one out here in Jefferson County yesterday. I live in Imperial, and Kerber sends me, and he includes Chaser on the text, and it's a Steve Templeton tweet about an earthquake in Arnold. And I read Kerber's comment there at the bottom. Hey, JR, you fall out of bed?
You didn't like it, did you?
Caught you real deep.
I didn't like it. And, the worst part about this, too, is that Chaser hasn't responded, and that's the worst because now I got to go all day long thinking about what he's going to send.
You know he's lurking. It's like, you hit a top forward in the first period, and the game got away in the third period, and they put the enforcer on the ice, and it's just a matter of time that you get your comeuppance. Chaser is going to strike, Doug. 39 is lurking out there, and he's waiting, and he's going to strike, JR. You know it's coming.
He's just going to drop a bomb, and I can't say anything about it because, like Plowsy was saying earlier, he puts his big Tiger Bull shirt in the washer and dryer to shrink it.
Mm-hmm.
I've got like one shirt that I can wash, and then I got 20 others that say "do not dry" on them. Like I can't dry those shirts. So it must be nice, Plowsy, to be able to throw stuff in the dryer.
Don't follow the rule, JR. The tags are just like expiration dates. It's hit or miss. Just give it a whirl.
The last time we talked to you, JR, you were snowed in Buffalo. I guess you survived that.
It's weird. I'm still here. I've watched like 6 Sabres games in the last 2.
Give me all the Sabres you can give me. JR, we always enjoy the conversation every week here, presented by the great Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Thank you so much.
Good job,
God.
All right, thank you.
I'm proud like this.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, guys.
All right, JR, thank you. That's the great Jeremy Rutherford with us here every Wednesday in the 9 o'clock hour, presented by Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies. 314-889-0503 or go online at evergreenstl.com.
I read everything that he puts on The Athletic. He is so strong.
So good.
He is unbelievable, dude.
He is so sharp on that.
He is so unreal.
Yeah.
Mark, thank you for making the segment possible, and thanks for coming in.
Glad to be here. It gets me out of the office from doing real work. I guess I'll have to go do that at some point.
Go do that now?
Take care of all the good Americans, but I really just come to see Plowsy sit across from my boy.
It's kind of weird seeing someone across from me with that fashion style. Everything fits. Nothing is sherbert.
Sherbert? I am aspiring for some interesting colors, then. So I watched
Pastel.
YouTube. And so
all 12 months this year, it's been pastel season.
Come spring, I'm going to be pulling out my lavenders, a little bit of puce. I don't even know what color.
We need you in Nautica. Nautica has, what, a $17 billion share?
That's
in the industry? We just figured that out? No, I think that was a lie.
Oh, yeah, that was. Sorry.
I'm going to make a run down to Macy's down there at West County Mall. Pick up
See what's doing?
Nautica. Yeah.
Go to the last chance rack, and that's kind of where the Iggy line.
Way in the back around the corner.
Yeah.
Where the clothes are half on the floor as well, because someone's already tried them
this
on.
one looks great. I'm going to go for this one.
Let people try them on right there and just throw them on the ground. It's just stunning.
I don't know what this means here, Doug. It says testing. I want to have sex with you. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Groves. He is nominated for Texter of the Year.
Well, he may not win based on that.
And then there was another one. I don't know. Yeah, it could have been sent to you. Now, I don't know who this was sent to, although I get an idea. Testing, have sex with me, you gaped pig bitch. That's from the recovering alcoholic. Who is that directed?
Just didn't need it, but I've heard enough. Recovering alcoholic, you've been suspended. You've been suspended for testing. You've been suspended a period of 2 days' time, and you will be ghosted.
He's been ghosted.
He's been ghosted, and he's going to serve a suspension to last a period of 2 days' time. His name right now is going into suspension log. You and no, I don't expect it does feel very good.
So he's going to have sex with a couple of us. Just don't know which one.
Yeah.
Mark, thank you so much for coming into the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Thanks for having me in, boys.
There he is, the
Great
great
to
Mark
see ya.
Cann, Evergreen
What a
Wealth
legend,
Strategy,
is he?
sponsor of Jeremy Rutherford every
go.
Wednesday here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Say, if you're looking to make a career change, I would like to recommend Patrick Nealon and Centric. Cybersecurity is the most exciting career in technology and one of the most in-demand. Centric can train you for a career in cybersecurity. They can do it in just 4 months. Centric's hands-on program teaches you the actual job skills you need to get started. No history, no biology, just technology. That's how they do it in just 4 months. Even if you have no IT experience, and you can do it online, you can do it in person, you can do it in the evenings, you can do it during the day, whichever works best for you. If you're interested in a career in cybersecurity, call my buddy Patrick Nealon at Centric Training today, and he'll walk you through Centric's cutting-edge program and show you everything Centric does to help get you started in your new IT career. Call 314-450-4714 or go to centric.com/STL. That's CENTRIQ.com/STL. Cybersecurity is a problem for every business in St. Louis. You can be part of the solution. That's what you should do, is be part of the solution. Friday night's pizza night, JJ Twiggs, Southampton. Get the TMA special, cheddar chicken, pineapple, and pepper and genie. $10 for 12-inch thin crust, $12 for a double-decker. That's JJ Twiggs, Southampton. Southampton only. That's where you can get the special $10 for a 12-inch thin crust, $12 for a double-decker. Get 20% off your TMA merchandise for the holidays and get it in time for Christmas by going to TMASTLshop.com. You can get that Jay Jr. t-shirt, Jay Jr. hoodie. I'm sure a lot of people will be wearing those at Harpo's tomorrow. 100% of the proceeds for that going to Jay's family and Annie's Hope, the charity partner for tomorrow night's year-end awards, presented by Munganast at Harpo's, 7 p.m. Come on out and enjoy the festivities. And then, of course, all the TMA T-shirts and hoodies and hats, they are all available. Patrico yesterday was wearing the Run TMA hoodie on the Riz Show. Do you know that, Jackson?
Yep, saw Patrico after the show, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I was so happy, and he was giddy about it. He was like, "Yeah, it's a sweet hoodie."
He kind of scolded me a little bit in the parking lot on Friday.
What did he say?
Hey, again, kidding. We love those boys. I was out there smoking in our mulch pit, kind of where they sit in the smoke.
That's where I spot the plow hole.
Mulch pit?
It's just a big old mulch pit, yeah. So that's where we smoke, and that's where kind of the parking deck is. So Patrico was walking past and goes, I got a bone to pick with you. He's like, I ordered a bunch of. Apparently, he ordered like 3 hoodies, 2 T-shirts, the whole deal.
Yep.
And said it in his tracking said it was delivered on Thursday or whatever. May have been Thursday evening, but it wasn't there. So he was curious if we're just running a big racket. Then I see him on Monday with his gear.
Boom.
Yeah. So he looked in the wrong spot.
Breaking news. It just keeps coming across my desk, Doug. You talked about how much you liked Jose Quintana. Well, you can go to Queens next year and watch him pitch.
He's going to the Mets, too?
He is going to the Mets. They are going to have a 10-person rotation. Left-hander Jose Quintana and the New York Mets are in agreement on a 2-year, $26 million contract. So Jose Quintana is not with the Cardinals in 2023 and 2024. That is from Jeff Passan.
I don't understand why they wouldn't have made a hard play. Right at the end of the year, he was the best they had.
Because cost control. It's the St. Louis cost controllers. That's what this team is now. And any money that goes allocated, you can't take a spot for a 20-year-old who's probably never going to pitch in this league.
Oh.
We can't take his spot.
Like Matthew Levator. They have to clear a spot
Yeah,
for him.
when he's 28, he's going to be pretty good. Well, we just got to wait 5 years.
Well, I hate to see Quintana go because I really thought he was good.
Yeah. This team doesn't want to win, so it's no big deal.
Oh, they want to win. They do.
You
don't
really
at
ought
all.
to head down the hallway at 10 o'clock.
They don't
Especially
wanna
if you're
win.
not doing a pepper and Gina today. You could become a god down there.
Oh, they would. Yeah, but those are the type of people I don't know if I want to be bowed down to.
Well, you
No
can't,
offense,
you can't sign everybody. You know they'll sign somebody.
But you can
can't
sign
get them all.
one, right? You can sign a
Well,
person.
They will.
You lose 7, you sign a minor leaguer. It's not looking great.
You hate Guillermo Saliga.
So when you face the Mets or Phillies, this team's ready to roll? This team's ready to go? There are 2 teams competing in the NL and 2 teams competing in the AL. Might as well just call it as you see it right now. Those 4 teams are going to be the NL, AL Central in division or the championship series. That's that.
Who are they?
It's Phillies and the Mets, and then it's
Astros
and Yankees.
So you
I mean,
don't
it's
feel
already
like the Dodgers are competing?
Atlanta?
The Braves?
No, I mean, Atlanta going to lose Dansby. They have a real issue with Ronald Acuna with health factor. So I don't know if Atlanta's I mean, it's just 4 teams for me that are actually trying, and it kind of shows. I mean, the Phillies almost spent $1 billion on like 8 players. You don't see their fans up in arms complaining. You don't see their.
I mean, the Padres have literally gone all in.
Well, yeah, they'll get Tatis back. No. I'm thinking when Tatis came back from his. I think he's going to miss 85 games next year, right? Or 70-some games next year, I thought.
From the suspension.
Suspended for a portion of next year.
I didn't know what the game amount was. But, yeah, the team's decent. What the Mets and Philly are doing are just light years ahead of anybody. If they stay healthy.
So far, anyway.
So far, yeah.
Little Tommy Tribbett. Go ahead, Game. Sorry.
I was going to say they got a guy who will probably be at AAA at some point next year, and you get those free shoes.
Free shoes?
Doesn't his parents own the Saliga shoe company?
Oh,
is that really why we signed him? So Mo could dance around in penny loafers? Nice.
I don't think that's the case, no.
You want us to raise that payroll, Mr. Arenado? Coming right up. Oh, you wanted Trey Turner and Justin Verlander. No can do, but we've got some tasty consolation prizes with Danny Jansen, Elvis Andrus, and Nathan Eovaldi. Hello, third place wild card. Grind that pepper, baby. That's from Little Tommy Tribbins, and he's driving around on a bike in the parking lot.
He would have made more money on a better team. I can't believe what he just did.
Boston just signed Kenley Jansen. 2 years, $32 million.
Yeah, but you're ignoring what the Cardinals have done.
He really hasn't been good the last.
It's been a liability for the Southside Seamen, I can tell you.
That minor leaguer could turn into Verhagen. And that's
Verhagen? Yeah. You didn't like the relievers they signed last year?
This is Patty Nantucket from last year. Whatever.
Patty Nantucket? I like that name quite a bit.
It's better than one
Packy Naughton.
Okay, Naughton. Sorry, I forgot his last name. Forgettable, just like most of this roster.
Is it unusual? Sorry, Plausi. Is it unusual to sign a guy who's a AA to a major league contract? Don't you sign him to a minor league contract and he starts a year down? He takes up a roster spot.
Who are you talking about now?
Saliga.
Guillermo.
They signed him to a major league contract, and he was in AA last year with a 4.7 ERA.
And I love when they do this. They always do this every year, right when everybody's going off the market. You have the Trey Turner signing a day and a half ago. You got Aaron Judge talking with San Francisco and New York. You have all these guys signing with Philly. And then you got the Cardinals Twitter coming out at 2:30 p.m. to talk about a AA pitcher. They do it every year, and it makes me laugh. The Patty Naughton thing came out, I think. Look,
Patty Nantucket.
Yeah, Patty Nantucket.
Bruce Devich and Patty Nantucket will be at Harpo's tomorrow.
But I mean, I don't know. That signing came out right as like the fans were basically on edge watching all free agents. So they almost tease them every year with this kind of thing.
Well, it's early.
And then they serve you a nice.
I'm with Tim.
Dickerson
they'll get
as a
decent players.
I mean, if they don't, I would think Arenado would be. I mean, listen, I don't know. I want to make this clear that John Mozeliak flew out to Southern California to meet with Arenado before he made his decision on whether or not to opt out, to tell him that they were going to go out and acquire players. And then 2 days later, he has the press conference here in St. Louis and says they're raising the payroll. But I believe that those two things were related because Mozeliak has no upside in saying we're going to raise the payroll. The question is, where are those dollars going to go?
Well, he's already up the payroll because they signed a guy. So Saliga's not free, so they've upped the payroll.
But this payroll thing, it's a farce. It's a process of like borrowing from Paul to pay Piper, or whatever the hell the saying is.
Borrowing from Peter to pay Paul.
Look.
We're going to start our own autograph section for you
Look,
now.
$20 million goes off the payroll, and they sign somebody for a total, one or two people for a total of $20 million. They never raised the payroll. They just kind of, we lost this. We're going to give them a handful of crap. Oh, we lost the Hall of Fame catcher. Guess what? Packy Nottingham.
That's not his name. It is a pitcher.
Iggy's Gabe Jackson is requesting to be changed to Patty Nantucket.
It's all his.
My bad about that.
He went from Irish to Boston.
Don't you think they will? They'll get somebody. You don't think they'll get anybody?
Yeah, they're going to get somebody. The rotting, hanging fruit that the dogs won't eat, that the squirrels are barely eating.
I'm with Tim.
Those are
I
the
think
ones
they will
we
sign a
wake
catcher
up.
today. And I
Sign
think
or
at
trade,
some point, I hope trade, actually, to be honest with you.
So do I.
And I think they signed Swanson.
I want Bogart so bad. I know he's up there a little bit in age, late 20s.
My play is on. I could be off the mark on this, but and as much as I want him to get a shortstop, my play is that they're going to go starting pitcher. I just don't know who it's going to be then, though.
Hopefully a Steven Matz type. Because, they really went out there and spent money on the rotation that got them 9 starts with a 4.75 ERA. Now we have a guy who is balls deep in a huge deal coming off an injury. Super sweet deal.
Who bothers you more, Eli Drinkwitz or John Mozeliak?
John Mozeliak is my
Is that because you don't really care about Missouri, so it doesn't matter?
Oh, it's what they're doing to I feel so bad.
He's got a pretty good track record.
Yeah, limping into the playoffs. Oh, the 41-year-old ace.
I thought I saw a tweet yesterday where somebody was talking to Mo at the meetings. And I thought they mentioned pitchers, starting pitcher, and I thought, if I'm wrong, I apologize. It could have been somebody else talking and not Mo. But said we have 8 starting pitchers.
8 crappy ones, just like outfielders. We got 5 below-average outfielders. So why do we need another one? Oh, one that can produce. Yeah, they don't have 8 starters, I don't think.
Well,
if you took
in there,
if you counted the top guys at AAA, I suppose. Throw in the Dakota Hudsons. And
can't call those guys
Lake
up.
Tours.
They count Reyes as a starting pitcher every year, and then he's in the bullpen for 2 weeks, and he's gone for the year again.
He got released. They let him go.
But I'm saying that's the kind of thing they do every year.
Yeah.
Count these guys that are going to be in the rotation, and they end up not being in the rotation.
The Cardinals are like collecting first edition toys and never opening them.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
It's like, when they open it, it's destroyed. So when they call up a prospect, they don't have that shiny Fabergé egg, is what Joe Strauss said. Now they actually have, whether it's a good player or a bad player, now they know. But they love the mystery of these 21-year-olds that turn into absolutely nothing. But it's like they're harvesting nothing, and they're acting like it's a diamond mine. But really, it's just it's a pasture full of cow poop. I mean, it's really. Mason,
you wouldn't say that about Tommy Edman.
Well,
or
if Mason
Brandon
Wynn doesn't
Donovan,
turn into Derek Jeter and Dylan Carlson doesn't turn into Andrew Jones, then we have made
You're
some
talking
big
about Hall
mistakes.
of Famers now.
Yeah, but they've hyped them up as if they're soon to be Hall. Oh, not trading for Juan Soto. No, we have Carlson. Sign a shortstop at the peak of their career. No, we have Mason Wynn.
We did trade away this year, Cy Young.
They are absolutely first edition Batmobile that they do not want to open out of the case because then they immediately lose in value. That's what they view their prospects as.
Imagine if you were a fan of the Pirates or the Reds or the Royals or the A's.
But you gave up. It's not like the organization is like, this is our year, or they're not going to their top free agent, begging for him to stay, and they don't spend money. At least they're doing something. They're doing nothing. Like they're trading away great player for crap players. At least they're doing something.
Well, that's not doing much if you trade away great players for crap players.
Union boss has had enough. How high is Plowsy right now? It's getting out of control. Rate him in, Tim. Oh, the union boss.
I love the rein it in. That's great. That's actually a really good text.
I was listening to like a best of or a cut of the week or something that was playing on the air, and Iggy was asking, like, what are the Cardinals known for this season? Plowsy goes, without missing a beat, they're known for their frugal spending.
I just don't get
it. It made me laugh so hard.
If you want to compete for World Series and you see 2 NL teams getting pitchers and shortstops and spending money, I just don't see the advantages signed in a Packy Nottingham or
That's not his
Guillermo
name.
Sanchez or whatever the hell these guys' names are.
Well, you look back in the day. I mean, you go to the Pirates, you talk Willie Stargell, Don Clendenin, Matty Sanguillen,
Roberto
Clemente.
Oh, Manny Mota.
I mean, great teams. And then even not that long ago when you had McCutcheon and guys like that, they now just crap for so many years. At least the Cardinals, they have a down year. It's maybe missing the playoffs by a few games, but.
And at least when Houston did that, they came out with like superstar players and a couple of titles. The Pirates are like doing the opposite of like wanting to sell to try to win.
They won the lottery to get the first overall draft pick again.
He'll be traded.
Yeah, that always works out well in baseball.
It works out well when you get your short game work in at Family Golf. Family Golf and Learning Center, a premier golfing facility for all abilities and ages, providing a friendly and encouraging practice experience for the individual or for the family. And when the weather is like this, you can go indoors. They have simulators there, and you can get your work in. Keep your golf game strong through the winter with Family Golf Simulator League. They have sessions going on Monday or Tuesday with tee times at 5 p.m. and at 7 p.m. You can choose, and you can sign up at familygolfonline.com. New courses and formats each week with weekly prizes and skins games. It's the best. You get your lessons there. What a staff they have. What an incredible facility they have. It's familygolfonline.com. Family Golf and Learning Center. And James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency is my insurance agent. I would like him to become your insurance agent as well. 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net for home, for life, for auto. You call there right now. You are going to talk to somebody immediately, and they are here in the St. Louis area, specifically in the offices in Webster Groves. It's James Carlton, 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net. He is my insurance agent, so that's why it's easy for me to recommend him to you. 314-961-4800. Go online at carltoninsurance.net. Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day coming your way in a matter of moments, giving away a Cardinal 5-pack. You can get your Cardinal tickets at cardinals.com/holiday. This 5-game pack features tickets to 5 Friday night games, including showdowns with the Yankees and Dodgers. So that's coming up in the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. And don't forget, I'm sure you, maybe your siblings, maybe you're thinking about something for your mom or your dad, your grandparents, maybe you want to give something to your family. Well, here it is, mysoundstory.com, and you use the promo code GIFT to get 20% off. And then you can schedule it whenever you want. Nothing can be in January, February. You can do it before Christmas. I am doing a sound story today coming up here this afternoon. Doug has been doing them left and right. John Hewlett is a hot item for the sound story community. Randy Character as well. Riz did his first one. Has another one coming up tomorrow. It's all at mysoundstory.com. You can book Learn, Courtney. You can book Riz, Patrico, Moon, Jackson, Doug, myself. I feel like I'm leaving somebody else out, and I don't like that. But either way, all the names are there at mysoundstory.com, and enter the promo code GIFT to get 20% off a Sound Story gift certificate. And now you've taken care of holiday shopping, and you've given an incredible gift right there that easily. mysoundstory.com, promo code GIFT. And while you're there, you should probably think about it. Doug, you wanted to hear what Kevin Miller had to say about being up for Emailer of the Year?
Sure. Yeah. We got that interview.
Yeah, take a listen.
All right, Plowsy, hit the lever.
Now, Kevin, something else you're known for is your very creative names that you use at the end of your email. Doug has a little fun with them at times. Do you have a favorite name that you've used in some of your emails?
For some reason, that stupid Wilma Hogfit just cracks me up. I don't know why. Gotta like Neil Insuck. He had a really, really good run a couple years ago with some emails. And just to my heart, my favorite's May I Swallow. Jay was sitting in for Doug, and I knew he'd reread the name. It had been loaded in the chamber for a couple of weeks, and Jay came in and he read it. So that's definitely my favorite.
Now, I know a lot of members of the TMA audience are wondering, will we see Kevin Miller in person that night? Will he show up to Harpo's in Chesterfield for the awards show? First of all, can we plan on seeing you on December 8th at Harpo's? And if so, what will you be wearing, if anything?
Oh, man, I'm sorry. I thought we were... I had to pause my chat. I thought we were finished. Yeah, I'm going to go. Probably wear a pair of blue jeans. I've been on a sit-up regimen, so I'm down to 36s. And, yeah, let me get back to my buddy.
Going to discuss anything about Kane.
He was in a chat with Larry Nickel while he was doing the interview with KG and O-Town.
He was also topless during that portion.
He went topless.
He removes layers of clothing every question.
Why was he topless?
That's his, it's his process.
Yeah, that's the process.
It's his process, man.
We'll have the interviews with Stephen Wildwood and Colorado tomorrow, plus Lisa Ann in studio for all 3 hours tomorrow. You horse plowing me?
Wow. That's a nice commitment on her part.
I'm telling you.
Man, when she get in tonight?
Yeah.
This afternoon? Well, she'll have some wild times in St. Louis while she's here. Boy, this is a partygoer's paradise.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll be.
It's essentially the
bar hopping
Ibiza
tonight.
of the Great Plains.
You get here and it's like, did this city take a vacation? Is it like, where is everybody?
Have you not done anything in the last 20 years?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email a day. Good morning. Dickie Thun gets grazed by a ball and couldn't hit a lick from that day forward.
Grazed. He got smacked right in the eye with a fastball. Ruined his career.
Adrian Peterson, Kerry Strug, Tiger Woods, Paul George take the time off after injuries and triumph. Tim just came back better than ever, and Doug the next day. Too bad the Keystone Cops couldn't follow suit. Like, man, they haven't had any production from the catcher spot in 3 years, so they don't need to get a good bat there. What in the country bumpkin two-horse town logic is that? Smoke another one, Spicoli, and Pop wasn't any better.
Oh.
After telling the audience we're lucky to have him, the secret fan page Sentinel just gets up looking out the window. Throw in Katharine Hepburn's annoying, shaky voice, and you got yourself a scene from On Golden Pond. But this email is an apology about my recent email performance.
What's he talking about?
No. Iggy, you're the secret fan page Sentinel?
I never looked out the window today, and my voice isn't squeaky. I'm sorry, Tim, carry on.
But this email is an apology about my recent email performance. My boyfriend and I broke up, and my head has been elsewhere. Met him at the last TMA Live, and we were serious. At least that's what I thought. Then I noticed 3 new notches on his khakied robe belt. I confronted him, and he's put me on the pay no mind list. And that's a cold place to be, boy. I got a bad feeling Thursday he'll be replacing me with a new unwrapped boy. That's from the first name is Fizz, and then the last name is Ted.
Fizz Teed.
I don't get that one.
Fizz Ted. Fizz
Ted.
You've been compared to you were in On Golden Pond.
Let's go look at the swallows.
Beer Cats alert. Morning, boys, sluts. Boys, when you're on a heater, you're on a heater. The past couple of weeks, the fun with Hot Wife Autumn has intensified. Wow, how about that, Doug?
Yeah.
In honor of Jay Jr., the gal is just really neat. Couple that with hitting the slots for about $700, and it would already be a great week. But then the biggest news of all, Iggy and I have communicated. I believe we've resolved our differences. He has unblocked me on Facebook and even recorded an amazing cameo for a friend's wedding last weekend.
Really?
When you're hot, you're hot. See you on Thursday night. That's from Beer Cats, a.k.a. Darnell.
You've mended your
I told you, all people have to do when they piss me off is just apologize, and I'm good. And he did, and we're good.
Beer
That's all it
Cats.
takes. It's
What-
over.
What if you anger them?
I'm not proud, Joe. I haven't angered anybody.
Ever?
Well, not ever.
No.
I'm sure I have at some point, but these people I'm blocking is not because I angered them.
Oh, no.
So if these people will reach out and apologize, you'll unblock them.
Except for Manastar.
Doug, except for
Manastar. Who the
Manastar.
hell is that?
I don't even know how anybody sees anything because either he's got 80% of the people blocked and the other 20 have him blocked. I don't even know how anybody sees anything he posts anymore.
Yeah, he's a really bad person. So
Yeah, he will never be unblocked.
tend to happen to
What's his government name?
I believe he's off the fan page, if I'm not
Is he?
mistaken.
Might as well be because everybody's got him blocked or he's got the other ones blocked. Nobody can see his stuff.
Huh.
Anyway, that guy would never